I'm not doing that, you asshole.
Ain't you them kids that have been quacking off in my tube?
A bunch of organized whores like yourself.
Yeah, well, listen, you ought to just let now get in with us, but that's all right. We'll worry about that later.
Oh my God. There's a
It's you, Larry. Lollygaggers.
diamond dogs and struck again.
No, they put here. Why are you holding my hand? There's another hand. Pillows. Those aren't pillows.
Four of us wolves together in Las Vegas, looking for strippers and cocaine. One.
Live from Scott's parents' basement, this is the Basement Benchwarmers Podcast.
Welcome, Basement Benchwarmers Podcast. Did a 6-decade man in the room. He is. His birthday was yesterday. I'm sorry, Scotty's. It's late. I mean, it's Sunday.
It's right, yeah.
It's when.
Sure, returning my text to ask if you were going to Scotty's like days before.
Jesus has to rest.
I actually came over here. I thought you were talking about this being so sorry.
The same thing. So anyway, let's start off the show and for Willie because it was a big win for Willie. You know what? And
Yes.
And I called it, but it was 2 seconds to the Lions end up losing again, but it was close. But on Saturday, hell froze over. It happened. Michigan State and Michigan. And Jim Harbaugh win 10 championship to play Iowa this Saturday. And it was a very convincing. I think that it was played really well by them, and I didn't know this is their championship game, Michigan. That's incredible. All the crap Jim Harbaugh to get him there 4 years. Hey man, some guys have never got there right. So let's be honest. Harbaugh does it. He gets them there. And Willie, we'll start with you. How was your weekend?
It was. I mean, I know Eric, it must have been tough around your household.
Hey, I was much attention to it. I would look at the score every now and then, and
I just want to say Eric has a lot of makeup on the night. Black eyes.
oh, I know. That's every Monday though.
2 pound sign.
Yeah, I just stayed outside. I didn't even. I was hanging in this game. I would go in there every now and then and be like,
Ooh, look at that.
or I'm like, how's mom doing?
But yeah, it was a great day. I mean, Michigan, and just went to some store towards the people just run around the other Michigan, high fiving each other. So the best I seen there was videos. There is when Harbaugh and Juwan Howard.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I saw that.
Found him. That was such a cool video right there.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of
Juwan Howard needs some of that winning luck to go off him. It's a couple had a tough stretch right here.
Yeah. A bunch of freshmen, trying to find their way.
Good team.
But yeah, it was awesome day. So
Congratulations.
thank you.
Good win.
Coming there.
How many days was it? Because Heather would tell you how many actual days. It was.
Yeah, there's this
that clock, that
the
meter.
clock.
How many days since Michigan beat Ohio State? Now it's back to it's zero.
Yeah.
Zero.
It finally has to end. It gives us Bear fans hope.
The game was the most watched college.
Oh, I'm sure.
It was a 9.1 rating, I believe.
This is in my head. That game was one of the most watched NFL games, not counting playoffs and Super Bowl games. It's
Thursday's Raiders Cowboys Thanksgiving game is the most watched NFL regular season game on any network since 1990. Delivered the estimated average.
And it was a good game. It was a very good.
Here's the thing. It was
5 million.
And viewers. No.
that
What you vote?
it's not surprising.
We vote by the Nielsen ratings. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
There was a lot of people like me that you turned it on. It's on, and you're like afterwards. But I mean, people
it was a good football game.
I had it on. But it was on TV. So a lot of people probably just had it on.
So that was your weekend.
Cowboys Raiders game. Who won?
And put up lights.
Who won?
The away teams won.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I had a good weekend, but deer hunting. The ultimate sort, except for the deer. I mean, they really. Opening weekend, one of Wisconsin's greatest holidays, where drunk hillbillies go out in the woods with high-powered weapons. Yep. One person was killed this year. So it is a miracle. So on the way back, we stop in this McDonald's in Bloomer. There's a sign in the dining room. It says it's closed for McDonald's. So you see these on the highway now. McDonald's dining room closed. Unless you have a trailer. The length of your trailer, precludes you from getting cold. This dangerous pathogen working around every corner. Oh, you got a trailer? So,
Seriously?
Yeah, you can go and get a trailer. So so I walk in and this lady's standing there and she's like, kill any deer? And I told her, only once. Sorry. She didn't find it. Yeah, so she said, how could you kill and eat something so beautiful? And I was like, to kill it, but do you need some recipes? Are you asking me? I don't understand.
My weekend was like everybody else's. It was Thanksgiving. So everybody had a good being healthy, it looks like.
Great, yeah.
That's great to see. Yeah. Speaking of football, like we talked about, I watched, like I was telling the guys before, this is the most time I watched a lot of NFL on Sunday, Red Zone on, and then Saturday I got vested in the Michigan Ohio State game because I thought Michigan was winning. I think we picked them last week.
Yeah.
I don't know who else. I can't remember who else did, but it's a big win for them, and they did exactly what I thought they could. They played real defense. What's his name's kid's a great defense.
Hutchinson.
Yeah.
Great, and he was a great NFL player on top of it, his dad.
Yeah.
So, in college defensive end. So I think, I mean, Badgers in a little bit. But I like Michigan this weekend, but I will get to Iowa. Iowa is, I don't know. Iowa's that team that coached really well.
Yep.
And they're a Division I program, obviously, and they got a good team. So we'll get to it though. But first thing we're gonna do is step into it's Willie's night. With the first thing, I got some old clips I've used it before. This is our first one show we did. I and Ed alone one night down here.
Yep.
Just no pants.
I was going to say you're going to bring that up again.
So here is Willie's his first like 20 shows. What we got.
I'm one of the essential people. I still have to work, you know. I can go to work every day. I got this dog. I take it out for a walk, watch it pee, watch it for. So that's what all I got going for these coronavirus. Slapshot. And you thought the movie ever was. Going up, playing 139 times.
Willie obviously is bad. Thing. Ed
Yeah, okay, I'm back. See Eric walk around in his ass chaps. It was great. I was talking about it was great. What the hell are we doing and where am I? Look at that booty. But you know, every time I hear this song, I get goosebumps. I'm telling you, this thing is so good. Eric, you'd love this thing. I'm upright and I'm here. Because I'm ready for another beer.
I survived another week. I'm here. Let's go to Willie. Start us up.
That tapioca, I'm telling you what, I have never had anything.
So that was Willie's first one going as usual. Wow. Going for you a little bit, but we'll go. Let's start tonight's show and talk about the upcoming college football. Who's going to be the Final Four most likely? We're going to talk about the most overrated players in history of any sport. Snake draft. Also, NS weekend. We're going to talk about Rodgers. Also, I got a show on Netflix I watched this weekend, and it was really, really good. I'll get to that.
Okay.
Also, free agency frenzy began. A lot of guys moving around. Max Scherzer, big money. Most AAV, as they call it, ever by a player. So we'll talk about that. With you, JC, you ready to give us your sports minute?
Always.
That is 60 seconds. If
Well,
you-
I got a little.
Oh, wait, hold on. Do I got anything over players? That we're going to. California is our.
Got state mottos.
And then Ed has a shower stall tonight. It's
Yay.
back.
Yeah.
So
That show.
with our sports minute, here is Jace. Go ahead, Jace.
I'd like to start it off with some about the Michigan win
Okay.
that Ohio State ended the Buckeyes' 29-game win streak against the Big Ten, ended Buckeyes' 21 as ranked teams, and first Big Ten team to ever beat Ryan Day.
Mhm.
Jumping in
Smug ass.
everything. Over the weekend, NHL had put due to 8 players being out due to COVID protocols, and Lincoln Riley earned from my dumpster, but best I could do. $110 million contract. USC is buying both. They're buying his home in Oklahoma for $500,000, and they're buying a for him in Los Angeles and unlimited use of a private jet 24/7 for his family. Tristan Hill has been suspended for 2 games
Okay.
after throwing punches.
Now, if I'm Bill Belichick, to the patrons are going, I want that. How come I does have more?
He's going USC, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's a state college, isn't it? Or is that
Yeah.
private?
Private.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, UCLA.
Okay.
That's uniform. California.
Los Angeles.
Cal's a state college.
I almost
Yeah.
did a. You got to be shitting me. Taxpayers are covering that. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
After throwing Tristan Hill suspended 2 games after the Raiders Cowboys Day. DeMar non-guaranteed deal with the Bucks. Clory signs a interesting deal with the Rays here. $8 million plus $5 million incentives. $500K for started, $100 million for 20 games, 1.5 for 25 to 30
100,000, you
games.
mean 100,000?
Or 1 million, I mean.
Oh, 1 million.
Yeah,
100 million. I'm like, wow.
And that was with the Rays.
Yep, with the Rays.
Good move. Deal.
The Marlins re-signed Sandy Alcantara for 5 years for $556 million.
No.
56.
56. Sorry, here.
He's
Got a math major.
Spencer Rattler has entered the transfer portal. The Blue Jays signed Kevin for $10 million.
You sure it's 110 or is it 1 billion?
he's replacing. He's just replacing Robbie Ray, is what
Yeah,
he's doing.
yeah.
Which I think they should have kept Robbie Ray as Mariners for 5 years.
I would have signed the guy from Varsity Blues, Reggie Ray, but go ahead.
Patriots rookie Mac Jones had the best-selling NFL jersey over Tom Brady was like he has been for the last 20 years because he's just flashier than Aaron Rodgers. The Mariners and Phillies are eyeing Bryant, and Kyle Schwarber has according to MLB insider John Heyman.
Huge.
Rockies are still hoping to bring back Trevor Story at the club's 1-year, $18 million qualifying offer. Are discussing a Castellanos trade, but his agents have been in contact with the Phillies, so we'll see how that goes. Coaches that he would wear what Willie wears every day, adult diapers, as he was battling food poisoning matchup between the Cowboys and Raiders. Still went 5 for 5. And Vikings legendary equipment was forced to miss last week's game due to COVID protocols. It was first missed in nearly 45 years. Mike Zimmer gave him a game ball. And Christian McCaffrey is done for the year. And the Mets and 37-year-old Max Scherzer agree on a 3-year, $130 million deal.
We got that one right.
And Enes Kanter has changed his name and has become an official United States citizen on Monday. And sources, Saints are making a change at quarterbacks. Look, start Taysom Hill as Trevor Siemian has been taking second-team reps. And Marcel proactively been suspended by the MLB for 20 games after violating league domestic abuse policy, which of the regular season, which makes him eligible to return 22 season and won't have to miss any.
That's a good deal for punching a woman.
And 1.5 million to MLB for contract stuff. Also, wins one of soccer's most prestigious awards in the Ballon d'Or, which is his 7th. And for those who don't know, this award honors the best male player deemed to have performed. And based on voting by football journalists that was 1956 to 2006, of national teams were also given the right to vote. So,
60.
Listen to the base. Check us out on Facebook at Basement Benchwarmers, also on Instagram at Basement, and Twitter at Base Benchwarmers, and our email is basementbenchwarmers@gmail.com. So Max Scherzer brought up in that he's the largest AAV. The AAV is your highest average annual value. $43.3 million. I saw a stat that right now as salary caps layout is right now listed because there's guys that aren't signing. He is third Mariners and A's right now in salary, just him alone at 43. There's also jumping ship from the Dodgers. Corey Seager moves on Rangers. 10 years somewhere around there. I know we talked about Corey Seager, but I'm that much to come to the Cubs. I don't know. That's just something.
I don't know if I'm paying him that much.
I'm fine, but once again, where players go to die. Big contracts go to die, I think.
He's got 10 years. He's 27. Like, that's pretty much the rest of his
Isn't that
career.
what Rodriguez signed when he went to the Rangers, like a 10-year?
Yeah.
The Rangers have people.
But he
coming
ended up with the Yankees. So
The
right after that,
Rangers have
yeah,
talent.
Looking-
They signed Simeon too.
No, I thought the Mar-
Gonna play
Rangers
second
don't-
and short.
Oh.
Simeon's another guy too you worry about.
He's had 3 good years though in a row.
But the year he had last year was it the apex
For
Climax,
sure.
yep.
For sure.
So if you're looking at a graph, the
he's
EKG up straight down all this year from all that
He's
money
31, I think, already.
and
27.
27.
Okay.
Also,
Well, how old was Scherzer? Like 37.
30.
But
Yeah, I thought you were
that's
talking about
different, man.
AARP when
And
you
he
brought
had
up.
the dead arm during the season there.
Simeon signed a 7-year, 175.
Yeah.
So now they got tied up over 400, around 490, 500 million in 2 guys.
Yeah.
and one guy.
That's different.
Yeah.
Though.
It's a lot of cheese,
I'm going to tell you
man.
right now, though, football is different. Guys grade out and
And
Patrick Mahomes.
And I bet
for all
Mahomes
you-
ain't 31 years old.
Imagine Mahomes. Yeah, Mahomes is 20. He's a guy that's going to put butts in the seats too. Marcus Simeon isn't putting butts.
I've never even
Corey
heard of him.
Seager might.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's another guy. Okay, so you know what I'm saying? On 2 guys that aren't going to make you go, I got to see a Ranger game. You know, if they come to town, that's cool. Good to see those. But I'm not. It's not like you're going out to find them play.
No.
Yelich went on
Couldn't pick,
fire.
I couldn't pick him up out of a lineup.
Yeah, like a few years ago when Yelich
Right.
fire, you'd be like, oh, the Brewers, let's go see him.
Yeah.
Yelich had way more at the time.
Or the Baez when he was a little. People would want to go see that.
Yeah, people would
magic.
want to see Baez
Yeah.
over Seager for the
Uh-huh.
hype
Just
factor.
for we're gonna do in that
I
game.
agree.
Like Corey
Oh,
Seager's
he's probably
way-
going to go 3 or 4 times.
Corey
but yeah.
Seager is way better in player value than Javier Baez, but Javier Baez is just flashier, like Tom Brady.
He might be a
I
Tiger.
agree.
Yeah.
A good spot for him.
Garcia from the Brewers signed on the Marlins, a 4-year, $53 million deal. Kevin Gausman is a 5-year, 110. John Gray got a 4-year deal for $56 million.
But that was with the Rangers too, wasn't it?
Yes, the Rangers,
Oh,
like John Gray also. And then Corey Kluber, the 1-year deal Jace brought up, which I thought was a nice little deal. The Cubs could maybe kick the tires, and that would have been nice. But
That's a
14 million a year for Gray. That wouldn't have been bad.
no, Kluber.
Kluber.
Oh, Kluber,
The
yeah.
1-year Kluber
Even
deal.
the Gray one, 14 million a year. Not bad. It
That-
wouldn't for the Brewers or the Cubs.
the Rays getting Kluber. That's a good anchor for their rotation, just because their rotations you never know with it. But I think the Rays still have good potential for next year.
Well, for sure.
The Rays are always involved.
Dude, they got. I mean, they're going to be shipping out Baz. They're going to be Patino. They're going to have
Is
Glass now. Will
Is
be.
Joey Wendell still down there?
He's a shortstop or third baseman.
Yeah.
Glass now will be coming back later in the year, probably after the All-Star game.
Mhm.
Dude, they got, and I know I'm missing a couple other arms down there, but they keep continue to just bring up talent.
They still have a Rosarina.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
rookie of the year.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever happened with Trevor Bauer too?
He's still waiting.
He actually, did you see the statement he released the other day? It was like a Twitter thing. And I want to say it might have been on the Rittenhouse thing. I want to say it's like, oh, wait, maybe you should wait to see all the facts
Oh,
come
yeah,
out.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
something like, was it on the Rittenhouse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
He goes,
today,
it'd be nice if people waited to see all the facts.
yeah,
you
today
know.
he posted today talking about he said congratulations or something. Oh,
Oh,
wow,
yeah.
a short contract because that was Bauer who did that last year.
Yeah.
Took that real short deal for a bunch of money, and people were like, "Oh, that's stupid," and blah blah. And then he's kind of
Worked out for both teams.
in the long run.
There's your breaking news, Willie.
It is.
So you didn't mention this in the Sports Minute?
No.
What is it?
LSU hiring Brian Kelly
Oh, yeah,
as
said
their
it-
next
yeah.
head coach.
Yeah.
I was gonna announce
The
it,
the,
but
the
that's
Notre
fine.
Dame's all-time wins leader.
Okay, Mr. 2-minute warning over there.
The Sports Hour by Jace Cavelli. What are your thoughts on that, Willie? You kind of had. I mean, if you want to go, do you want to go there now?
Yeah, that's
Talk about
fine,
the
yeah,
coaches
yeah.
a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah.
I'm just thinking about, Brian Kelly. He seems like such a snoot and everything
Yep.
like that. Can you see that guy going down there to
The Dirty South.
the dirty South and, and think of who's LSU's coach before that? Ed Ogeron.
Oh, he fit in perfectly there.
He was
I mean,
perfect.
He ate so much Cajun food and shrimp. It was he was sweating it out.
And he liked the cheerleaders too.
Yeah, he liked a lot of things.
So those are some.
That's why he's not there anymore.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I like their cheerleaders as well.
Oh, he's saying, yeah, that's all.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah, Brett Bielema syndrome.
it's a weird fit. It's a weird fit. I
I
look.
think we all have that syndrome. We just don't get to we don't get infected by it. Like
Yeah.
I was trying to find if there was any connection between the two, and I think what it is LSU wanted to spend money and Chip Kelly wanted to take their money. That's the connection.
Right.
I believe. Brian Kelly,
Yeah.
not Chip.
Chip.
Remember Chip?
yeah.
I'm just gonna say I don't know. I don't like to move for Brian Kelly personally. And I'm able to see different in a year or two. Maybe he'll be, but remember, and I know George is good this year and blah blah, but until Nick Saban retires, that's nobody's for the taking. That's Nick Saban's. As long as he wants to coach, he's always going to be in the top 1 or 2 in the conversation, and you're going to claw your way up. I mean, look at LSU with Ogeron. They were great that 1 year. Next year they came back and
they're terrible.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what Ryan Kelly's all excited about because he doesn't have those standards, those Notre Dame standards to deal with
That's a good
anymore.
point.
He can bring a lot of kids in there,
But why?
Yeah, right.
Why take this job? I don't understand. He's probably had a chance the last few years. I mean, to leave Notre Dame. Why this one? I don't know. LSU, I guess they do have it is SEC. It's but for a coach, it's not like you're trying to. I'm guessing he want to be an NFL coach. So I don't know what you're looking to do. I don't understand what. Player is different when you get the SEC choice because hopefully get on more TV, get more scouts. I get that, but coaching, you're going to be on a short lease. Where Notre Dame, don't get me wrong, they're a tough fan base to please. Also,
that's what he just was kind of. Well, you were talking about the standards of getting in.
But standards
of getting in. Yeah,
okay.
But I'm just saying LSU ain't going to let you lose either. I think it might be tougher on you.
Yeah, they'll run you on the rails.
It's almost like you're going from Chicago to New York. Chicago, yeah, you suck. We're giving you some crap until it's bad enough. Like now, we're gonna give you a lot of crap. New York, you're bad from day one. You're gonna hear from day one.
Yeah,
right. That's why I kind of compare it to.
Didn't win the World Series yet this week.
Yeah, when it comes that's okay. We'll get it next year. Good try, guys.
Hey, we've got one in the last 118. We'll take it.
But yeah, so
I don't know. It's kind of they're both. I would think they're both tough programs to be in. And if you're not winning, I think the fan bases are probably pretty similar.
When I talk about standards, I'm talking about grades.
Yeah,
I know. I understand that part of it.
I've done a weird move this week. I thought was odd. Lincoln Riley leaving Oklahoma to move to USC.
I don't get that.
A program that's been down the last few years, pretty much since you've seen the likes of Matt Lyon or Reggie Bush. They have not been really
relevant.
Talked about.
Yeah, it's money. That's the thing. It's just,
and all those incentives. Maybe they said we'll give you all this. And
look at the success he had at Oklahoma.
His wife was like.
Yeah, he had 3 straight Heisman Trophy.
What grade is
but
Caleb Williams?
No championships.
He's a freshman. I thought first thing I thought of though right away when I saw that was it's LA over Oklahoma, and he was getting all that stuff, a house on the water and a Malibu and all that.
That's true.
I'm moving for sure. I'm moving too,
dude. If I had the jet, can you imagine having a jet 24/7?
Go you want.
I'd be. I'm going to the islands tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, hopefully his house is not too close to USC because that's basically Compton. So
right?
The one thing
get him
that
something
came out
near UCLA instead.
The quarterback that was committed to Oklahoma decommitted right away.
Yep.
Also, 5 of his top 8 commitments are all wavering right now, and they're all from the California area.
Okay.
Is USC going to be good?
And Bob, Lincoln Riley, I didn't know that, but you look at Lincoln Riley, he's done a really good job at Oklahoma since he took over for, I would say, a legend in Bob Stoops. Bob Stoops will be coaching their bowl game.
Yeah,
he's coming back.
Saw that.
Really?
He's like their AD or an advisor. And I think I have a feeling if Bob Stoops could talk and could say what he wanted to, like a lot of us would like to hear him say. There'd be a lot of F words in that talking about Lincoln Riley because he handpicked this.
Yeah.
He brought him in. He took for him.
Well, it's like Alvarez with Bielema.
Yeah,
he kind of.
Bielema, he wasn't very good with
people. I know, but I'm just saying
he got kicked out the door.
Yeah,
Lincoln Riley
but
said,
it's a handpick just like that was.
Yeah,
just coached the game they lost. It would have got him if they would have won that game. They had a chance to be in the top 4.
Yep, it's disrespectful.
So pretty much said we lost. Well, guess what? I'm out. And he's not gonna, and the bowl game thing I get, but whatever. I'm like.
I think that's kind of
that's how it works. Because he needs to start recruiting. He needs to start recruiting for his new team.
Didn't what's his name? Wisconsin's old coach. Didn't he do a bowl game?
Alvarez did.
Alvarez
yeah.
did, yeah.
Oh, Alvarez
Yeah,
coached
yeah,
him.
yeah.
Alvarez
lost.
he
Yeah,
filled
yeah.
in for Bielema or
Was it
Anderson.
Gary Anderson. I thought it was.
Anderson,
Yeah,
maybe
I
that
thought it was
was,
Anderson.
yep.
because Anderson took off to go back to wherever he started from, right?
Utah or something.
No, he was at
U-
Utah State. Maybe was
And
he?
he,
At
I thought he
originally,
went
something like
back.
that?
Didn't he go back?
Yeah. Oh, let's bring up that. So Lincoln Riley, possible replacement. They haven't really talked about many yet. The rumor is, and Kingsbury didn't answer the question today when they asked him. Cliff Kingsbury has been in the conversation to take Oklahoma job.
Leave the NFL, right? That's Cardinals coach.
And what he was at Oklahoma State,
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech.
Yeah,
Texas
he,
Tech, okay.
he coached Mahomes. I believe he did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was in
Yeah.
that when they went in a
That's
few
right.
overtimes. The score was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
50.
He's gonna
59 to
he's gonna need a
56.
jet too.
So I don't know. I do you leave a 9-2? I mean, he wouldn't. You leave a 9-2 team with a potential, if he stays injury free, franchise quarterback.
That's a Super Bowl team, right?
I wouldn't
It's
leave that.
weird.
I can't see him leaving that.
I
right
don't
now.
see
He
him-
just built this
because he is the guy now in Arizona. And
Is this coming just from the rumor mill, basically?
Did he
Was-
draft Murray? Was he
Yeah.
Murray's first?
Yeah,
coach?
because
Yeah.
they had
They got rid
Josh
of-
Rosen. Everybody
Yeah.
freaked out, and
Uh-huh.
he took Murray right away. He said, "I'm taking Murray. I like him. I've seen him play against me because he
thought-
played at Oklahoma,
Oh,
and
yep.
that's who played against
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes in that huge scoring game. I
Uh-huh.
believe it was the 59-56 Bedlam. What is it called? The Bedlam Battle, or whatever the hell.
No,
it's called.
that's Oklahoma State.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
So
game they
anyway,
just
so
lost.
the other thing I want to bring up, we'll talk more college football, is the Badgers, man. they score 3 points offensively in a game. They just need to win to get to the Big Ten championship, and then get the Big Ten championship. If they win that game and get the Big Ten, they got a New Year's Day bowl, win or lose. Now they're, who knows where they're going to be playing December 27th or something somewhere. But I
Astro Blue Bomb.
I haven't been a fan of him since the beginning. I'm still not a fan. I think it's time for them to make a coaching change. I really, really do. It needs to go find somebody and need to just change the culture and get back to what they did. I really do. And they did find a running game in the last few weeks, but it was non-existent this
late.
weekend. They had terrible coaching near the end. It was just a mess, the game at times. It was just bad all around. And the quarterback situation, that's their best quarterback. I get that. We've seen other guys play. He is their best quarterback. I'm not. But it just has to be done better somehow. And I think it's time you have the chance with this running back to build something next few years. I think it's time to bring someone in maybe that Wisconsin won't do it. We know they won't.
Well, he's
But they have
he's
a
a
new-
homegrown guy.
But they have a
That's-
new AD. You never know. And McIntosh, right? Chris McIntosh?
Yes.
So you never know. I don't know. Maybe he's going to be itchy. Maybe he has I think, didn't you say Eric? Maybe he has a guy he likes. He has a buddy out there that he wants to be the coach that he knows.
Yeah, Jim Leonard.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I think Leonard has NFL aspirations. I really do. He was in Baltimore before, correct?
Yeah.
Is that him? So I believe he wants to get. I believe he'd be a good NFL coordinator if he wanted to be. But who knows? He's out. Maybe Notre Dame's opening up. These jobs are opening up now.
Yeah.
Oklahoma.
Jim Leonard's a small town guy, though. You know, I mean, he
Ma-
might just be happy at Wisconsin.
But maybe Leonard gets offered Oklahoma. Maybe gets offered Notre Dame. You never know. These are guys.
he is a good defensive coordinator.
He's a hot commodity right now because the defense has played good the last 7 weeks.
Oh, they were awesome last year. I
So
heard.
the thing is, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I just think it's not going to change. I don't think, but I think it is time for a change maybe in Wisconsin, just because of that game. They played so flat in that game, and it's like Minnesota was a team that was playing
Had to
for
win.
something,
Yeah.
and their coach is just a
Tool.
he's well.
Oh my God.
He's
what
all
a pe-
he's a motivator.
Yeah, I mean,
that's,
would you have a win and a tool as a coach, or have Chris and stand there and watch?
Well,
So he
Chris,
stands
has,
with
Chris
his hands
has kicked
crossed.
his ass the last few years, though.
Yeah, but when it matters, it mattered this Sunday or Saturday. It did.
I actually have a lot of thoughts on this, and it's if we wanted to do good, bad, and the ugly, this is my ugly.
Okay, yeah, start good to bad. Go ahead. You
Um,
can start up with the ugly. Go ahead.
So my ugly is the Wisconsin Badger football team's basically uncreative, undiverse offensive plan, and the fact that they can't recruit quarterbacks. And I mean, we love them for pounding the football in the running game. That we had great running backs. We have great running backs right now, but there is no versatility in the passing game at all. And it's personnel, and I think maybe Chris needs to look at who he's got coaching on the offensive side, and he's part of the deal. But
He calls the plays.
when Leonard came in, when they decided to bring Leonard in on the defensive side, he recreated the entire defensive organization, the culture of the defense, the innovation, all that stuff. And look at how they were a great defensive team, other than not so much on Saturday. But yeah, I mean, you got to have you got to find a Jim Leonard on the offensive side as well. If Christ is going to be the one staying there, and I don't know who's going to, I would assume that's his decision to make. If they keep him around, he's got to take a good look at what they're doing there, and then recruiting. You know, the coordinators recruit the most, right? I mean, in a lot of cases, they're the ones out recruiting and scouting these players. Why? What the? I don't know what we thought. I mean, Graham Mertz looked good, but he's not the answer, and they haven't had an answer in a long time. The only time they actually had an answer at quarterback was a guy that decided to transfer in Russell Wilson.
Right.
You know, everybody else is just mediocre and vanilla, and they rely on the road grader offensive line and the running game, which is great. But can you imagine if we had a little innovation on the passing game?
The kid from Franklin went there, so we'll see what happens next couple of years. That kid was a good quarterback in high school, so we'll see. Next couple of years.
But you see what I'm saying? It's just ugly. It's an ugly history of not recruiting good quarterbacks, not being innovative, relying too much on just pound, which is great. But you need to have the ability to close the deal if at certain times in the passing game.
How can they not go to a smaller program where like these Trey Lances and those type of guys are coming out, and after 2 years get one of these guys? And I'm not saying that I mean that specific guy, but those type, they're coming out of like these Wyomings or these small
look at
Miami of Ohio.
Carson Wentz,
right?
Why are they not bringing those guys in?
They
after
may need
2 years, you see that guy, you're like, that guy's legit. He could be at a bigger program.
And maybe they would excel if they had kind of the dual threat, but they're not even recruiting that way. I mean, Russell was the dual threat. It worked. They had great running game there.
Bollinger.
But no, Bollinger, was he a dual threat or was he just a running threat?
Bollinger and those guys are there. Their running
could
game,
still get the
their
ball down
running
the
game
field,
was
though.
incredible, though.
Yeah.
They could run the ball at will. They play defense.
But if you had a running
again, how many
quarterback,
championships?
Because
did they
I like
win?
Jim Leonard, but their defenses, no matter who in the last 20, 25 years, the Badgers defense has always been pretty good.
Yeah.
Jim Leonard didn't bring, I agree. He brought an NFL type philosophy to defense, which is good. But they've always defensively always stood up. They've had off years. I get it. It happens.
Sure.
But they always recruit well on defense because defense is either offense. They can't get that quarterback. They always go to New Jersey for running back for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And which is great. They've got great ones out in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Ron Dane they had. John Taylor was out there too, wasn't he? John Taylor was out east, I believe.
He might be out east. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jersey,
So that's nothing wrong with that. But it's weird how it's almost like the problem with the Badgers, it seems like the recruiting is they don't even try with the like Florida and stuff. And I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe they do try, but it's like they invest any interest in that. Say, well, we're Wisconsin. It's like the kid at the asking girls to go to prom, and he looks at, well, there's the girl, the hot girls. I'm gonna go with the second tier because they're probably gonna say no.
Yeah.
That could
But
be
you never
it.
know if you ask and go, hey, you want to go with me? Sure.
you want to be our starting quarterback on a top 20 team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but
Everything else is there.
Also, that falls into this though. When your offense is this hand off, pass on third down, I don't want to be your quarterback either.
Well, that's part of it. That's
Right.
part of
But
it.
don't they run a pro set though? Pretty
Yeah,
much.
but it doesn't matter when you're going run, pass. It doesn't.
It's-
You can run. You have 1,000 plays, but all you're doing is run every time. And then if I'm a quarterback and I'm a quarterback going with aspiration to be a pro,
Mhm.
okay. This is no knock in Wisconsin, but I'm not going to Wisconsin.
Okay, so
not at all.
Let me change my
I'm
stance.
going there to run or be a lineman or be a linebacker or a safety or something like that.
Let me change my stance now. Instead of going to Wyoming for a Trey Lance, why aren't they going to Florida or Clemson and going, you're a fourth string quarterback here. You're never going to get a chance like Ohio State does.
Maybe grades.
And that that
It's harder to
portal,
get in some of those
yeah, the
schools.
portal system now too makes a lot easier because they just lost. Well, the Badgers just lost a running back to Michigan State.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, why don't they go for these big quarterback programs and go for their second or third guy that's never going to get to play? You're still a top 20 team. I mean, there's only so many spots out there. If some jackhole sitting on the bench for 4 years, he ain't getting a chance.
Right.
Why not play at Wisconsin where we got a guy that
But
bounces
we're
balls
not-
5 yards?
We're
down the
not in the
field.
room either when they walk in. North Dakota State may walk in and say to Trey Lance, you're going to have the ball in your hand 95% of the
Right.
time. Wisconsin's not telling them no quarterback. There's
Right.
no way they're telling a quarterback that. They're not because that's how they're built. And that I don't think you should promise kids something you can't. You should have promised
sure.
something. When you got this 6'3", 225 running back that's a freshman that we just saw last week, just came out of nowhere and is a monster now.
Mhm.
You think I'm going to promise him quarterback? Yeah, you're going to. No. Guess who I'm giving it to? That dude, because he's going to run for 1,200 yards in college.
Giving it to
In a
miniature
season or
giving it to
1,500 yards.
miniature
Well,
Derrick
just-
Henry.
But haven't there been a lot of quarterbacks switching back and forth, like Burrows and who's the guy just went to Ohio State?
Burrow was at
Field-
Ohio State.
Haskins,
Oh no, actually, Justin
Perhaps-
Fields did too.
Yeah,
Fields.
he was in
Yeah, that's
Georgia.
what I was saying. Fields.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Justin Fields
So
was
I mean,
nice
these
draw.
guys are jumping all around. You think the Badgers could poach one of them?
Jalen Hurts.
They got Russell
transferred-
Wilson.
Remember Jalen
Yeah,
Hurts
Hurts.
transferred from Bama to
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Oklahoma, yeah.
They're around.
Yeah, they're there.
But I think it has a lot to do
Oh.
with. I think it has a lot to do with kind of your. It's also a lot of people don't want to admit this, but it's the SEC over the Big Ten.
Mhm.
It's plain and simple.
Right.
That's what it is. I'm not lying. Look at. Okay, let's put it perfect example. Jim Harbaugh took Colin Kaepernick, made him an MVP candidate in the NFL, almost won a Super Bowl. Goes to Michigan, he can't get a quarterback to come there.
Mhm.
Right.
Think about it. He can't get no one to go play for him.
Yeah.
He can't get a quarterback to come to Michigan for the light. And I know Ohio State probably goes, he can't beat us. Okay, that's a great argument. But I compete pretty well against the rest of the Big Ten. And if you come here, we can beat Ohio State.
Well, Ohio
He
State.
cannot think about it. He
Right.
cannot
Yeah,
get
I mean,
a
You gotta
guy
be
like
able to-
Joe Burrow come or guys that just go.
You
"Oh,
got to
let's
be
go to
able to
Michigan."
sell
And
this
they're
to
pretty
these
pa-
kids.
They're pretty
And Jim
pass-heavy
Harbaugh is
team.
a pretty odd guy, I think. So maybe that's the
But
problem.
still, there's got to be guys that are not getting a chance, that are sitting on benches down there.
Yeah.
It's just like Wisconsin's got 12 running backs sitting.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wisconsin
this,
has 2 freshman quarterbacks on their roster.
Yeah. That's the
So-
thing.
but-
We'll see. Maybe it's good.
Just gotta let time come.
There's a template right there with Ohio State. I mean, you got Ezekiel Elliott, but you also are able to bring in a pretty damn effective quarterback.
Who's the
Right.
Because
quarterback?
why? Probably because it's sold better and you have some innovation within the offense that you're running, and being able to get a guy to believe, look, this running back's going to help you be
Yeah.
a better quarterback. And but Wisconsin doesn't have that. They're not showing anybody any innovation within their
But
offense.
remember,
They're not
be-
showing anything, fun for a quarterback to want to come there.
Zeke's that's a great example, but think about when Zeke was there. It's been a few years,
Yeah,
7, 8
yeah,
years.
yeah.
Okay.
But he was with
but remember
Who
this.
was
he was
his
with
quarterback?
Cardell Jones
Okay.
and all those guys.
Haskins and all the
Barrett.
Yeah,
and
Barrett. But
not-
remember,
it was before
Yeah.
Haskins.
but remember, the NFL changed its way it looks at quarterbacks with what quarterback do you think in the last 6, 7 years? Probably Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I was gonna say Lamar
Mhm.
Jackson. Yeah.
Yeah.
So remember, before Lamar Jackson, it's hard. You're going to get a kid that's going to be a running quarterback. Okay, that's my best chance. Because even these kids at Ohio State came out they were just running quarterbacks. They were like, remember Tony Rice?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Incredible. Remember the kid Tommy Frazier?
Yeah.
Those dudes would probably be drafted now in the first 2 rounds. Probably now they probably would
Oh,
be.
Yeah,
Back then, they ain't gonna run our offense like that. It don't work.
sure.
Think about it. It's just crazy, and that's where the Badgers are kind of. Maybe you're right. They're not looking for a quarter. They're not looking to build their system around a quarterback or a running game. They want to run their system and find a guy to fit their system. Jim, I'll give credit. John Harbaugh has done a great job, and I don't get me wrong. The game last night was terrible, but John Harbaugh did a great job. When they got Lamar Jackson, they changed their whole structure of their team. It changed.
Mhm.
It changed.
You went from Flacco.
Flacco, who was a pocket passing,
Passer, yeah.
strong arm quarterback,
Mhm.
they went, screw it. Let's kid run the ball. Well, he can't run the ball too much. He might get hurt. Okay.
Well,
if we don't play like this, we can't win. So we want to win football.
Open-mindedness,
Yes,
and that's
that's it.
what the Badgers don't have.
Yes, and I think that's
That's-
what's wrong with Paul
there's
Chris.
another team
Paul Chris, I
locally.
agree with you.
There's
Mhm.
another local NFL team that plays like that. The Bears.
Mhm.
They have a quarterback that's
Yeah.
versatile.
Yeah.
And they're playing him like a strong arm Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
That's what they think they've got for some reason.
Well, anyway, that's my ugly.
That's the ugly.
So you're ugly.
Okay, next 20 minutes, my ugly. No, mine goes to the Bears Lions game. I tried to watch that game. I watched a chunk of it. It was freaking horrible.
Then you must not watch the ice. I was going to say that. But
I
you
didn't
must,
watch the last kick. I
You must
missed
not
that.
watch the Ravens Browns game then.
Oh,
That's my bad.
Oh, sorry. My ugly is the Iron Bowl, Alabama Auburn. I just thought it was a terrible football game.
Hmm.
It was bad
I
until overtime.
Was it it was overtime
And
game?
Auburn actually screwed up because they handed off the ball and they could have the kid could have slid down and ran another 50 seconds off the clock. Instead, he ran out of bounds. That's why Alabama got the ball back and could score.
oh,
So-
jeez.
So Iron Bowl, but Alabama ended up winning the game in overtime. And overtime rules also are ugly in college. They're so stupid.
Oh yeah.
Go
Yeah,
for
they
two
got to change
after
that.
what or go for 2-point conversions only. It's stupid. So that's my ugly. Go ahead, Willie.
Pittsburgh lost to Cincinnati.
Yeah, I agree.
That was
Got smoked.
that was ugly.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was
Man,
good.
it's tough to
There was
be
a lot of good uglies this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got an ugly, Jace?
Yeah, and college overtime rules.
Okay.
It just makes
That makes
no sense. It should be like the NFL. Just 15 minutes, just time down.
NFL's
Just
10 minutes.
10
10
minutes,
minutes.
no,
No,
10
I think
minutes,
college should be 15 minutes because
Yeah.
if they can play 9 overtimes, I get it's
Yeah.
only one possession.
I agree.
Yeah.
Or to make it even more fun, it'd just be a kickoff.
You know why college won't do that though? Because they want to copy the NFL on anything.
I know, but
They just don't want to do it. They
that's
don't
why
wanna-
yeah,
they don't want, which is crazy.
We just play a game of what was that one where you just throw the ball up and then whoever catches it, we all hit them.
Kill
we
the guy.
can't say that anymore.
Kill the guy with the ball.
Kill the guy
Smear
with
the
ball.
guy.
Smear
Smear the
the
guy.
Guy, yeah. So bad, Eric.
My bad was the match on TNT over the weekend. I don't know why I had high expectations, but I thought it was terrible. I think those two guys are both just D-bags. Especially Brooks Koepka. I mean, he played extremely well. DeChambeau, his game is like, I mean, there's a fairway out there, Bryson. You should try to hit it. He just wants to bomb it. I mean, it's just crazy. They're just not. I don't know if they're good for golf or not. But anyway, the match I thought was terrible. Mickelson, he tried really hard to be funny and stuff and engage with them.
Charles there.
Charles was the only one that was good.
Yeah.
Charles was pretty good, but Mickelson was awkward. It was strange. Anyway, that's my bad.
Lamar Jackson throwing 4 picks. He looked bad yesterday.
He threw 2 in a matter of 32 seconds or something like that.
Yeah.
Right to the safety.
Yeah, he was pretty bad.
Ever since I traded for him.
That whole game was
I was
bad
just
again.
gonna say, man, you
The
get the
karma
bad
train,
juju on
yeah,
it, man.
and I've lost 4 straight. In that
I've won
league.
3 straight.
And
It's
I was in first.
Yep.
I'm dipping down into the middle of the pack.
Yeah.
I was down on Thanksgiving 777-0.
Yeah, he put 899 in total.
Yeah, I know.
Something like that. I was like, holy cow.
Unbelievable.
On my bad, I'm just gonna. We talked about it for a long, but I just put Wisconsin football need a change. That's what I wrote.
That's on mine
Need
as
a
well.
change.
Yeah, but
Willie,
My bad is the Ohio State's offensive and defensive line. They lost that game in the trenches there. I mean,
plus a couple bad penalties. Who did they have in that game?
a lot of false starts.
Yeah,
That's
really.
it's how
Pre-snap
loudest.
calls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
loudest stadium was there. I'm sure they were. I mean, was it Leinart was just saying it was such a awesome atmosphere at this game here. He's never seen anything like that before.
We were watching the game. I said to Jace, I go, when Michigan drove down and they scored in their first drive, correct?
Yes,
They scored right away, and I go, that's not good for Ohio State because this crowd's going to stay in the game now.
right.
You have to, when you're on the road in a big game like that, especially in a college game, you have to have a couple. You don't have to score. Just get a couple of stops to bore the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Once you bore the crowd, then you take over. And once they scored the first drive, I go, this can be a good game, I think. And we were talking, and it ended up being
it was a great game.
okay. And the thing about it, I think a lot of people besides Ohio State fans became Michigan fans for about the last hour.
Oh, sure. Everybody's sick of it.
Let's hope they win. Like a lot
Just
of people
sick
probably
of
didn't think
it.
they were going to win. But when they had a chance, like, ooh, they might do this.
Ohio State to me,
Yes.
they're always
And the
atop the pack.
Yankees.
They're always going. I just am sick of them in a way.
Yeah, they're easy to hate.
Like even like when Tom Brady went to Buccaneers, they won Super Bowl. I was fine with that. I'm not sick of Tom Brady. I'm just sick of the fact that the Patriots were always going and always winning. That's,
Oh, guess what? The Patriots are in first place in the AFC right
Actually, they're
But see,
in
I'm kinda-
second.
Oh, they are?
Second.
The Ravens are the
Ravens still
number
number
one
one
seed
seed. Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
AFC East. They're first though.
Yeah, they're first.
now. Oh, the
AFC.
Ravens
See-
keep finding ways to win those garbage games.
Well, they won
That's
6
why-
games in a row now.
I'm kind of rooting for the Patriots because for Bill Belichick to pull something off with Mac Jones, a rookie quarterback.
And the year after Brady wins the Super Bowl with
Ex-
Tampa Bay.
Well, and here's the thing too. Things are lining up for Bill Belichick, Tom Brady Super Bowl potentially.
That Buccaneers
Tampa Bay
defense
doesn't
is
look
too-
good.
I'm
Their
just
defense is so beat up right
I'm
now.
just saying that'd be a fun Super Bowl though.
Oh,
Wouldn't that?
yeah.
In LA too.
Eric, good or where are we on? Good.
Did everybody do
Good.
Oh, Jace didn't do a bad?
Oh, bad. Go ahead.
The people who own the Bears. There's this rumor that comes out that Matt Nagy would have been fired after the game regardless. Why does nobody address anything in a press conference like the day it came out?
'Cause if
Like,
you had
why
a-
is Ryan Pace not going down there?
They
or
did the
even-
day after they talked about
Well,
it.
no,
you
but
can't be
why is it not a-
addressing
like, why is
every
it not a-
rumor.
Well, but that's what they said. But something like this,
Who brought up the rumor?
it was supposedly a Pulitzer Prize winner journalist who.
Well, the
spread
problem
Let's hear
was
his background on
What
it.
we fueled the rumor was the day that happened. Matt Nagy canceled all his
Yep.
meetings,
Mm.
and
Yeah,
that's
I
why
didn't-
people were like, "Oh, this ain't good." And then it all came out. Oh no, he's gonna be fine, and they won. So
I just think that day there should have been somewhat Ted Thompson or George McCaskey or Ryan Pace should have been down there right away addressing it, saying no, never said this. It's all a lie. Whatever.
Their
It's not
job's only
happening.
to keep the team happy and their guy.
Yep.
Yeah,
If they had to address every rumor, you've been around. If you watch the news in the last 5 years, everything's a rumor or a
well, they talk
conspiracy
about
theory.
one thing, and the next day it's something new, and they forget about it.
So we're on the good. I'm gonna have Willie do the good first because I have a feeling I know what it's going to.
Okay.
Go ahead, Willie.
You know, it's Michigan's win over Ohio State.
You picked that?
I did. You know, I knew one of you guys were going to take it, so thanks, God.
I had it written down.
You had it written down there.
Yeah.
And Haskins was just a beast, and Hutchinson, he was. I mean, it was. They're talking about him for Heisman.
Really?
Yeah.
No, they're not talking about C.J. Stroud anymore.
No,
Who's that guy?
Did he have a bad game, Stroud?
I don't think so. I just think
I don't
you know
think so.
Too many mistakes on the offensive line.
I mean, they could throw the ball. And,
yeah,
you know, and you know,
they move it.
they're you know, running back. What's his name? He's got 19 touchdowns as a freshman.
Major.
Major Goldsby.
No, isn't it something major?
No,
Maurice Claret.
Yeah.
Yeah, he beat Claret.
I saw
Claret
him at
had the
Disney
record
World.
as a freshman. He had 18.
He beat Claret, yeah.
18, so he's got 19 touchdowns. I mean, so
Well, if he has
solid
that same
team, but
career path, he's going to be famous.
in jail or in prison.
I see.
Actually, Maurice Claret. That's you should do a Where Are They Now on Claret one.
He's in prison.
No, he's not. You'd be impressed.
No, he's out now. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
He got his stuff together.
yeah, he's got his stuff together, and he goes to campuses and he talks to. I mean, about all the crap.
Don't come out early. That's the first thing he
Don't-
starts with. Don't come out of the draft.
Don't drive around with 15 weapons in your vehicle
Because
and,
Mike
and a bag of
Williams
cocaine.
said it's okay. We can do this.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
yeah, that's right, Mike Williams.
And then Matt Millen drafts Mike Williams.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Jesus.
Unreal.
Anyway, you're
I want to add to his real quick. I seen a video of it was before like they started fighting in the tunnel before at halftime. There was a video of Ohio State players walking into the tunnel like before the Michigan players did, and like some of those guys, the look on their faces, they just look like they don't know what's happening to them because they've never been really losing all season.
Mhm.
And you hear Michigan coming up behind them, they're all flipping them off. The refs are in between them all, security and police.
Oh my gosh.
And then they get to their locker room doors and they're all going at it. Some of these Ohio State dudes are just standing there like shocked.
Stunned.
Yeah. And all these Michigan dudes are all up in their faces. Refs start blowing their whistles to get the team separated. It was that looks like an intense place to be.
We should have whistles during them riots if it stopped. Jesus Christ! Well, just blow the whistle; they'll stop fighting.
Herrick, you're good.
Well, seeing that we're picking homer picks today, and I usually try to stay away from it, but my good is the Green Bay Packers. Rodgers' accuracy is just through the charts. The last couple of games, it's been unbelievable. There's a lot of unsung heroes, which I really like about the team. A lot of like, you know, not to take a McCarthy quote, but the next man up type of stuff. Guys that are playing really well, likable guys, definitely. And they swept the NFC West, which I think we all said was going to be the best division in football. They swept that division. So that's my good, Packers.
Regular season Rodgers at it again.
And I don't disagree with you. I'm not saying anything past that. But
It's like the Badgers, man. If any big games, it's like just choking.
We'll
That's what
see.
she said.
And
it was a big game yesterday.
Yeah.
I thought. I mean, the Rams are good.
Is it my turn for a good finally? How can you not pick Hassan Haskins? 5 touchdowns. He was a monster.
Yeah.
That's what I got. We've already talked about it for like 45 freaking minutes here.
I don't know. Mine was Michigan too. Was the good? It was a good story of kind of a feel good thing. I'll just say the good was Juwan Howard congratulating him after the game.
There you go.
On the field. I thought it was a cool moment.
It was very cool.
Trying to get some mojo from him.
Seeked him out and gave him a big hug, and so it was a pretty cool. It was a pretty cool moment, and the Badgers move on this week to play the Iowa Hawkeyes.
You mean the Wolverines?
Wolverines. You said Badgers.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't want to point out the jinx that's been going on though for the number 2 team in the country. And where's Michigan ranked now?
It hasn't been released
It
yet.
has not been
No,
released.
no.
though.
I
guess
Where are they going to
Michigan will
be?
probably get 4. I'm gonna guess.
No,
They'll get
The
6.
number 2 team has lost
They might jump to
a lot
2
this year.
overall. They might jump Alabama. Maybe I'm Cincinnati 4. It's still going to be Georgia. It's going to be Georgia, Alabama, Cincinnati, Michigan, in any order you want. But Oklahoma
I want to
State,
see Cincinnati.
Oklahoma
match
State,
up with anybody. It
Oklahoma State, and Notre Dame are lingering. That's a weird
Oh,
thing.
that's what, if Oklahoma State wins the next game, they're saying, and Michigan loses, that
Well,
Oklahoma
doesn't-
State
if they
could
kick
jump.
Cincinnati out, I'm going to be
Well,
pissed.
Cincinnati has to play Houston this week. And Houston's ranked
Houston's
24.
legit. Yeah,
Houston's
okay.
only got one loss.
Well, that
I
helps
believe,
if they go out and beat them
Soundly,
handsomely.
So if Georgia plays Cincinnati walks away with that game, right? I think they would.
I'm interested.
I want to see.
Are they going to be in a world
it.
of hurt just seeing how fast and
Well,
that defense is.
You never know. But I mean,
Georgia. I think the thing with Georgia is they actually can lose this week and they'll still be in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't.
Yeah.
They should, because in past years, a la Alabama, they've lost and they've kept in the top four, so they have to stay with. And Georgia's been dominating this year. They have a hiccup, and I think Alabama's going to make it tough on them. I don't think Nick Saban's going to play in that game, which I believe is played in Atlanta. Correct?
Yeah, right.
I don't think he's going to Atlanta and going, well, we're gonna. I think it's one of those games that you don't get me wrong. I think Nick Saban coaches every game, but this is one game he's gonna do a little extra prep work. I think the staff will be up a lot. They're gonna be working hard because they have to win to get in the playoffs. If they lose, they're out. They're done. So I think if it all ends up the way it should be, if all the teams win, we think they'll win. I think it's gonna end up being Georgia, Cincinnati, Michigan. And Oklahoma, they're going to win it. But Oklahoma's, I don't know. Notre Dame is still sitting without a game this week.
State or Oklahoma? Are you talking about?
Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma's done. So Notre Dame is sitting right in there too.
They're 6 right now. They're going to pop them 5 because Ohio State should drop below all those teams. They shouldn't be considered anymore just because they've lost 2 games now.
Yeah.
And they lost, but they lost the 2 losses to 2 top 20 teams, 2 top 15.
Yeah, but Oregon had a bad loss. 2 bad losses, really. They lost to Stanford and they lost to they got crushed by just last week, right?
Yeah, Utah.
Yeah, Utah. So that's the bad Oregon. That's college football. So so let's go to Ed's got his thing back this week.
What's your thing?
Wow.
Show me your thing.
So
she gave it back to you, huh?
Haven't heard this in a while.
Anybody in the shower in 10 seconds gonna get fined $100. Larry. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, get in 5 Mississippi, hurry it up. 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi.
I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember, but a couple of years ago, a virus was leaked from a bioweapon plant in China. Sorry, I meant to say a bat flew hundreds of miles and raped a pangolin. The pangolin then coughed in some person's face right outside the Chinese bioweapon plant, creating the novel coronavirus. Anyways, I have a bunch of questions. We are told we are in the middle of a pandemic, yet there's not bodies in the streets. In fact, not one person has been photographed expired under an overpass or dead on a park bench. Trust me, it would have made the news. Ambulance sirens are not screaming by my house day and night, and I live 2 blocks from a fire station. Did you notice there's no long wait lines at the funeral parlors? I live across from a cemetery. I can't even remember the last burial I saw there. Why are there not biohazard bins for masks outside of every single business? Have you seen fleets of biohazard trucks collecting all the toxic infected waste? Me neither. Remember when we erected those field hospitals at super high costs and then tore them down a year later? Yeah, that was a great use of our tax dollars. Our colleges and universities are not fast-tracking more doctors and nurses during this emergency. In fact, we're not even hiring. We're actually firing them and closing hospitals due to shortages. Our politicians tell us to wear masks and avoid crowds, but every weekend they are filmed maskless at opulent galas. Drug companies are still covered under an emergency use authorization clause, and not one vaccine is approved for use in this country yet. This is the United States. Who would deny Americans the gold standard of biological safety measures by suspending the rules and granting emergency use permission to large corporations who have a long history of killing and maiming people with their concoctions? Also, just in time for Christmas, there's a new variant, Omicron. According to the news, we already know without any research or preliminary studies that it's highly transmissible and resistant to the current vaccine. But don't worry, the new vaccine will be ready in 3 days. So, or soon. It'll probably be available on Amazon by the weekend. For everyone's safety, common sense would dictate that we'd close all our borders, cancel all flights to combat this latest threat. However, even though South Africa seems to be the epicenter of this new mutation-rich variant, travel to and from the African country was still possible. I think it still is. I don't know if they canceled it today or I don't know.
Yeah, they're supposed to put a travel thing on that.
Because apparently this virus has a union and it fought for weekends off. So in closing, if there is really an emergency, everyone please start acting like it.
Start panicking in the streets.
Running around punching yourself in the head out there.
Let's you got your beer, Eric, or
I can
no?
get it.
Okay, I'll let Jerry do his movie review while you're.
Oh, I get to miss that?
Well, you may want to hear.
Oh, no, it's one of my favorite movies of all
Oh,
time.
you got a review?
Well, here we go. Let me know if you guys know what theme
So what
music
we're-
I'm using.
This is going to be awesome.
Ready? Here
we
we
should
go.
do this every week.
Here you go.
No, that's
I'm going to.
oh yeah, I know what it is.
Yeah.
It's,
It could be the 60s, it could be the 70s, 80s, or even the 90s. It's time for movie reviews with Jace.
So who is it? What's that clip?
Siskel and Ebert.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Good
Yep.
call.
Yeah.
Sounds like Mike Post.
Go ahead.
Wild thing, you do make my heart sing. So over the past weekend,
Wait, aren't movies good?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say
He's
that.
got a lot of notes in his hand. This
Movies
I'm gonna-
are good.
Movies
I
are.
am gonna go get that beer.
But you want to know something? They are better with beer. So go get that beer, Eric. So over the past weekend, I watched Major League for the first time. I'll give it 5 out of 5 stars. The only thing I didn't like about it, how it ends. Just because it ends on them just winning the tiebreaker. I don't know if they win the World Series or not. That's just what I hate about it. But my summary from it is a group of men from different places get called to the Cleveland Guardians. Oh, wait. I mean the Indians. Didn't know if I could say that on air. To their spring training, and only 26 of them make the roster. These 26 men suck. Until they get the right motivation, which propels them to get to a 1-game tiebreaker with the New York Yankees, in which figure it out for yourself if they win or not. So go watch the movie. Pretty good. Some of my favorite parts from the movie would be the first one when the third baseman.
Dorn.
Yeah, when he puts the red tag in Wild Thing's locker and they start fighting. And then when he has sex with his wife after he sees him.
Didn't know.
I didn't know.
That part was pretty good. And
Well, that shows you how evil women are.
Yeah.
That is a life lesson, man.
Yeah, but you got to take one for the team. That lady was pretty sharp.
Yeah.
swing.
And then for that third baseman getting paid all his money and being a veteran sucks. Can't take a ground ball for his life.
Corbin Burnson.
Yeah. Dorn.
No more Olay bullshit, Dorn.
And, I also I like their American Express commercial.
Oh yeah.
Yes, beer.
That was
Yes,
really
beer is good. Oh wait, what
Perfect timing.
happened? I blacked out.
Perfect timing. Take it over, Eric.
So is this something you're going to do, Jace?
Yeah, you should do
on
this
a
every week.
I'm
weekly
going to.
basis? You going to watch like old movies?
We'll throw you some names of movies and that we like from our back in our day that you haven't seen.
Willie, they can't be in black and white.
1941.
Yeah.
So that Charlie Chaplin was a real funny fella.
What a dapper fella.
How come he didn't talk?
And next week, since it's December, that'll start our Christmas month of movies.
Okay.
So
There you go.
Okay.
That was a bad idea. Got a cup? Yeah, I'm wearing one.
I like beer because it is good. I drink beer because I should. If there was a song to sing, I sing it and beer you bring. I drink beer when I am sad, because the beer, it makes me glad. Now there's nothing left to say, so let's go drink beer. Beer is good! Beer is good! Beer is good!
Yes, beer is good, Jace.
not better than movies.
Just wait till you try it for the first time. So I promised when we started, it is the end of November, and November was Stout Month, and I promised you at the beginning of November that we would do a Russian Imperial Stout that would put hair back on Putin's head. And so I got a Russian Imperial Stout here. It's from the brewery's called Distill, and this is called Do Svidaniya, which means goodbye in Russian. And I think what they're saying is goodbye to the several month process that it took to make this beer. So it's a rye barrel aged kind of coffee chocolatey stout.
Ed's favorite.
And it's
Yeah,
so
I'm
it,
not gonna like
like I said, aged instead of bourbon barrel, aged in a rye whiskey barrel. If anybody knows the difference between bourbon and rye whiskey, it's slight. It's obviously the rye is in there, giving it a little bit different flavor, not as oaky as a bourbon. So They aged this beer in that barrel, and they said dos vidania.
What's the ABV in that?
The ABV is 13.6.
It's like drinking lighter fluid.
Ed's going to be over slurring his words in a minute.
And Distill, not a lot of people know this, is in Normal, Illinois. Good brewery. I mean, this is one of their big ones. They do a couple little IPAs that are decent too. But so cheers, gentlemen. Dos vidania.
Yet.
Dos vidania.
Dos vidania. Yet. It's rich, isn't it?
Tastes like
Very
barbecue
rich.
sauce.
Rich.
You can tell the difference
Barbecue
between the rye and the.
Oh,
Right there.
is
Yeah,
it
you-
me or
I mean-
does it taste like a barley wine?
It might have that because the barley wine might have a little bit of that rye type of flavor. But
Robert Lorenzo said, "Happy birthday, Willie."
Who?
Robert Lorenzo.
Mr. Lorenzo? Thank you, Robert.
it's your birthday?
Yesterday.
Jeez.
So it's
Bob and Willie have had some good times on the road.
since we're
we have.
drinking beer. I got another one, a Willie thing again. Guys want to hear some more Willie?
Willie.
Yeah, definitely.
This is I didn't remember this till I found it. This is a good one. So you guys ready? Here we go.
So, speaking of Willie being old, Ed, check this out. Willie, what you brought it up, but what was your mixtape? What was on your mixtape, and who was it for?
Mine was an 8-track, man. I used to record albums onto an 8-track. Believe it or not, I had one of those.
Jesus,
They were state of the art.
It was.
Well, you're just setting us up. You're just teeing it up for us.
Hey, wait, hey, guys, quick! Listen to the new tape I made. Dun, 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 dun.
I gotta get to it.
So Willie just went from a phonograph to an 8-track to really date himself.
Wow.
We're not
Unreal.
joking. Willie's old.
He's holding the 8-track up to the Victrola horn, you know.
Yeah. And then he would dial his,
Mom,
on
keep
his,
cranking.
party
Mom,
line.
keep cranking.
Well, think about it. Hey, I've
Let me
been,
get on the party line here and play this for
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I've been here for vinyl, 8-tracks, cassettes, MP3s, DVDs, or CDs. And now you don't even have to.
Now it's the mystery of air just makes music. It comes out of nowhere now.
How the hell does that
Out
shit
of the
work?
sky.
A bunch of cowboys sitting around a campfire,
Farting.
like the guitar. Jeez.
Oh my God, Willie, you recorded records to 8-tracks.
I did, man. It was cool.
Sensational.
Okay.
Set it up just
So-
right, so you didn't have waste too much time.
I got tears in my eyes.
That eject button and the 8-track shoots out onto the floor.
That's romantic. Hey,
that's-
real slow song goes on. Let me change the song, honey. Whoa. So our last question. Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait. Willie had to stop recording a couple times because he had to put the milk bottles out for the milkman the next day.
You want to hear the clanging.
You hear in the background. Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. Oh, I gotta go and get ice for the ice box. Okay, that's enough, I guess. Poor Willie.
Well, then he had to go to the well to get water.
That's right. My arm was really sore pumping it.
Yeah.
But one thing he does know, that Susan Anton is a fox. That's all he knows. So that is wow. That's all I can say. Willie's old, man.
Yeah, but I was just thinking, do you know if he ran for president this year, he'd be a young whippersnapper.
He'd be like, vote for me because I'm 20 years younger. What? So that is how we actually figured out Willie is old when he popped in on the 8-track conversation on that warm spring evening. So that's Willie being old. So that was from an old show. You could hear that was back on Zoom days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
Back
remember.
in Zoom days, we used to do the show on Zoom. That was actually it was a fun way to still connect.
That's when the show was actually good.
Yeah.
That's when we were still in the corner.
I still remember the show we did that we didn't record.
Oh yeah, that was the best show ever.
Oh, speaking of that,
Dude, that was a killer show, and then we had to recreate it like a day later. Or did we do it the same night?
We did it the same night.
Yeah.
Was it? No,
Yeah,
we
same
came
night.
back.
No, we came back the next day.
We came back the next day.
Yeah. Well, you
And
know
we
what?
butchered it. We butchered it.
We've been better since then. So.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
You know, I like to say this: beer is good, movies are good, and Willie is old.
Wow.
I like it.
So that was my.
Interesting.
I don't have any more Willie tributes.
So just a little a headline here for the bench warmers. We're going to be moving into December. We're not going to be doing the beer of the week. Everybody's like, thank God. We're going to be doing the cocktail of the week, similar to what we did last year.
Thank God.
So holiday cocktails. Everybody's going to take a turn. I don't know about Jace, but we'll
make one.
try to come up with some fun stuff, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Jason,
For everybody keeping track at home.
We just can't bring any bourbon.
Yeah,
not anymore.
We don't need another bourbon show.
Not to say dos fadanya to that.
That was a trick.
Can we bring rye whiskey?
Yeah, sure. Let's go.
You're listening to the Basement Benchwarmers podcast. Check us out on Facebook at Basement Benchwarmers, also on Instagram at Basement Benchwarmers, and on Twitter at Base Benchwarmers. And our email is basementbenchwarmers@gmail.com.
So this week we had a poll question type thing. Poll, I don't know, we don't call it. There was a picture I put up this week and had people caption it when I saw the first time I saw it. And the picture was, which many people I'm sure saw, was Aaron Rodgers showing his toe off. That he is broken, his pinky toe, I believe. And so many people saw this, but some of the answers I received, the biggest one was this piggy went to market. Dave Schweiger said. Also, I don't know. Nobody else had anything on theirs, I believe. I think I kind of just put it up there. I didn't think it'd get that much attention, but I got some good hits. Well, you guys saw the picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what would you put as a caption of that if you had a chance?
I put down, even my toe has more personality than Troy Aikman.
Oh, okay. There you go.
This toe has more talent than Jordan Love.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
How about this toe's got to be worth at least $10 million.
Mm-hmm.
Open the checkbook, Green Bay.
Hey, Danica, remember what this toe used to do to you?
Oh.
No, you can't do it. That's something Jace would say.
Yeah. But good. I like that.
I got one here.
Oh, here we go.
Aaron Rodgers showing his new lady, his toes back on Zoom dates back in the COVID era.
I got a segue to Danica, Patrick, if you want, but you're still working on something.
Yeah,
I got one. I got one.
Yeah.
It's like the last quarterback showed more than his toe.
Chuck Deals on mine said, I sure don't see any COVID. Bob Pettit said, that's where I got my vaccination. Justin Bass, little piggy.
Justin Bass, how's he doing? I haven't heard of that name in a while.
Jenny Cavelli said, I got an ouchie on my toe in a baby crying voice. Let's see what else. Mike Cardinal says 11, 12, 13. Jono Perez says, who needs swim fins when you have dogs like these? Tim Rasmussen says, will the glass slipper fit? And Jeff Stoller says, cheese anyone?
Oh, gross.
I got one more. Aaron Rodgers taking a timer pick to send Brett Favre to ask if his feet will look good in pink Crocs.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
I will say about the whole toe thing, I thought that was odd to me. Once again, he just does a lot of odd things now.
Mm-hmm.
I will.
He's eccentric.
It's weird, and they said in the game yesterday. I believe this, and I'm not making excuses for Stafford or anything, but the way he throws the ball now, it's very much shot put style. And they had talked during the game yesterday. At one point, I don't know if you guys watched the game, and said they believe he's injured somewhere, and I believe it's his thumb because he hurt his thumb early in the year, and he banged it on a helmet, and they were worried. If you watch him throw, everything he throws, it's almost like
Are you talking about Stafford?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you watch, did I say Stafford?
I thought you were talking about Rodgers. I'm like,
I think
what?
I said Rodgers.
Okay.
I didn't see any
But
shot puts.
Stafford,
Oh,
he's
yeah, Stafford looks
he's
bad.
Throwing weird. It's like throwing like last 3 weeks have been throwing weird, and they're saying he might. And here's why I'm bringing this up. It just NFL is a tough sport, and a lot of guys are injured during the year or hurt, injured and hurt. Injured, you don't play. Hurt, you play. And not everybody goes on a TV screen and shows everybody in the world, this is what's hurt on me. So everybody knows, remember, I'm hurt, guys. It's almost like a built in. So if I play bad, I have an excuse, which he did. He played very good in both games. So I don't know. It's crazy to me. And you got guys like Baker Mayfield out there who have parts falling off him. And he's not Aaron Rodgers caliber. We know that, but still, he just looks terrible and he's still playing, which I don't know why. And that's another thing that brings up real quick. See, Kareem Hunt Sr. is the latest to attack Baker Mayfield, saying he's playing scared throwing the ball. So
He's dads with Baker. Come on.
Kareem Hunt.
He's a stand-up
A
guy.
lot of comebacks.
He's a good kicker. I know that.
Maybe Dad should have had some man-to-man talks with him. You know,
Yeah, he said, man, he looks more scared than a bitch on. Oh, wait, no.
in a hallway.
Yeah, in a hallway.
So
he should worry about his son, just
Yeah.
parenting and stuff.
So you were going to say about Danica?
Well, I was going to go into our snake draft.
Oh yeah, let's go snake draft. Yep. Snake draft. Who made cookies?
Eric?
I did. They're a little stale, but
Oh, they're perfect. What kind?
they're so good right out of the oven. They're just oatmeal raisin. There's a little pecan in them.
Garbage. Very good.
You don't like it?
No good.
Very
I like
nice.
it.
I made them for Thanksgiving, and I just
No one liked them. Huh?
Okay.
They liked the.
He
not
wants
a
to
lot of
jump right
people-
into the overrated snake draft.
Yeah, most
Yeah.
overrated player snake draft. So go ahead, you start. Here.
Well, the segue was Danica Patrick.
So that's your first one.
I'll take her all day long. That didn't come out right. But yeah, I mean, what did she really ever do other than be a female in the racing world? She wasn't
Exactly
even
what
the
she did.
first. She wasn't even the first.
I think our list is going to have many similar qualities. I'm gonna go Michelle Wee. Wasn't she the one that could play against the men and then didn't really?
That's true.
She can hit a ball far.
That's true that she is overrated because she never really got to be the player that she was supposed to
I mean,
be.
she wasn't even the best woman player. I mean,
no,
they
not
were
even.
putting up her. You remember they early and she can play against.
They
the
were
men.
saying she was going to be the
No.
Tiger Woods of even just within the women's game.
I'm
that
not
she
saying
was-
she's horrible. I'm just saying she
No,
was way
but she
overrated.
hasn't lived up to her hype at all. Not even
No.
close. So
Thank
that's a
you.
good one.
Oh, I'm gonna stick with men. I'm gonna go with
Of
Cam
course you are.
Newton.
Really?
Oh, hands down.
Yeah.
You won an MVP.
Okay.
Did he deserve it though?
He won an MVP like 5 years ago.
And
He got benched this weekend.
yeah. So I'm gonna go. With, I'm gonna go with Cam Newton.
And the Saints are right now going. There's a reason why we didn't sign him because we were talking about.
Willie,
Yeah,
you get two.
Uh,
Or JC, you doing it too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Freddie Adu.
Oh, good call.
He signed a contract when he was 14 years old.
Another good call.
Yeah,
I
just
like it.
never flourished. So
JC get two.
Sarah Fuller, Vanderbilt kicker. Made one kick, kicked it 30 yards. Me too. Did the same thing in a high school game. Not a big difference.
You kick like a girl, Jace.
Yeah,
He
except
only
I didn't
hopes.
get put all over.
Okay,
social
go ahead.
media.
Let's go.
My next one probably would have to go with Trevor Simeon. They give him all that money like we were talking about earlier, and or not Trevor Simeon, Marcus Simeon, wrong person.
Oh, Marcus Simeon. Okay.
No, he's pretty solid.
He's solid, but I don't think this is his year.
All right, bring it back.
me, Anna Kournikova.
A good one. Yeah.
Are you talking about in tennis, or she's
Yum.
definitely not overrated? In,
Yum.
No,
I mean the cookies are good
because of her
Yum.
looks, rather than her game.
oh my god, I ruined a couple pairs of tube socks when I found out about her.
I'm gonna go Javi Baez.
Okay.
Javi.
That's such an easy one.
Where's the cookies?
Joe Namath. He has one Super Bowl. He was brutal though. I mean, he was
Get 'em
really
away from
bad.
me.
He looked pretty cool. Doing the coin flip in that fur coat a few years ago.
Yeah,
though.
yeah, I mean that's Joe Namath. I mean, he's a fur coat.
Joe Willie
He
Namath.
did guarantee.
I
When
ju- I
he
just
did
said that.
guarantee, and he was like a 14-point dog in a Super Bowl. He
Yep.
didn't
Yeah.
win.
Yeah,
But
I
if
mean he had the one
loses
bold
that, nobody
prediction.
even notices.
Yeah,
He
that's
never
true.
would have been Joe Namath.
Yeah, that's true.
Mine is, and I just don't. I mean, this guy's had a successful career, but it's just been so one-sided. Carmelo Anthony. I just don't think. I mean, play some defense. I think he's been overhyped and overrated his whole career.
Got a nice basketball court in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
I'll bet he does.
No, it's pretty nice.
I get to go
You
again.
get two.
Yeah.
God, I'm going to take another basketball player, another guy that doesn't play any defense, and he's currently playing now. And I know he's an incredible talent, but he takes away from the rest of the team wherever he goes. James Harden.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good call.
He got booed last night. 7th turnover of the game. The Nets
Because
crowd.
he dribbled 32 times and didn't pass.
The Nets crowd booed him.
Hmm.
Well, it
Really?
was actually pretty stupid. But he tried doing a move. The guy tipped it, went off his foot, and he started walking back down the court with his head down. And the crowd rained down on him.
I don't know. It's probably going to get a lot of flack. Terry Bradshaw. That's 4 Super Bowls, but that team carried him. I mean, to me, he didn't. He's not that good a quarterback to be winning 4 Super Bowls. I mean,
Where do you go?
see, I'm waiting for all the flack.
Where do you go to college at?
No, I
Tulane,
don't-
right? Or Louisiana?
I don't
Tulane
disagree.
State.
I think Tulane.
Tulane, yeah.
You don't think he's great either?
I don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
Overrated. I mean, yeah, it's like similar to Namath. They're in the Hall of Fame.
Bradshaw's known for all his country albums and his TV crap he does.
He was in what?
Smoking the
He
Bandit
was in
or
that
something.
movie with Kathy Bates was his wife.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I can't remember. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay.
Is it me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Eric here a little bit. I'm gonna go with Russell Westbrook as my overrated. Willie.
Here's a name from the past. Sebastian Telfair.
Oh,
you remember that guy?
Yeah.
He should have. He went pro when he should have went to college.
Yeah, I remember him.
2004, I think that's what it was.
It's a hyped up player right
One
there.
of the best. He's supposed to be one of the best point guards in the country, and
We could almost do a snake draft on the overhyped
Yeah, it's kind of what
players.
So
Just
you're
that
saying
never
he's
did
kind,
anything.
He's kind of like the next Kobe and was never the next Kobe type thing coming out of high school, or
yeah. Well, he wasn't him. Portland, right? You say that was it? Portland he went to?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jace.
Yeah, too.
Russell Wilson.
Okay.
Ooh.
I've seen that come up on some lists.
No, I like that.
I disagree.
Yeah.
He should have won 2 Super Bowls if it wasn't for a poor play call.
Yeah.
But he did throw the interception, so if he threw the right pass, whatever. But anyway,
What's your
it's your call. Good call.
My second would probably have to be Kemba Walker.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Because he actually just got sent out of the Knicks rotation because he shoots and doesn't play defense.
Yeah, Derrick Rose is out playing him right now.
Yep. So they kicked him out of the rotation, so he's coming off the bench now for him.
Yeah, it is what it is. That's not really kicked out of the rotation. He's just not starting.
When
you're in rotation, you still
that's
play.
what Bleacher
Oh.
said. So
Willie.
Darko Milicic.
Oh, there you go.
What was he? He was the number one. Yeah, number one pick with the Pistons, I think.
Yeah, he was.
He
You're
was.
right.
Yep.
Was that?
He was before. It was
that
the year
was-
of Carmelo Anthony.
And LeBron.
No, he wasn't. No,
Carmelo,
LeBron.
Carmelo Anthony,
Yeah.
Bosh, and Dwayne Wade.
Yeah,
Oh,
Carmelo
yeah.
Anthony because Wade went third or fourth in that draft.
Third.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Oh, he was the number 2 pick.
Who went first? LeBron then.
LeBron went first
yeah,
that
yeah,
year.
yeah.
LeBron
yeah.
won that year. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Darko
And
went
then-
second. Okay, so my next one is a guy I watched yesterday, and I just don't get it. And I've said this before, and I think we all said this. And his dad, if he hears me, I'm sure write bad things about me. But Odell Beckham, just don't get the guy.
Yeah.
He dropped 2 first downs yesterday. I mean, there was 2 balls that would have gave him first downs in pretty important situations, and he just
He got the
hit him right
big.
in the chest. And I know one time he got hit him in the chest,
Mhm.
and he got hit from behind. And it was clearly he had the ball. He gets hit like half second later, or 2 seconds later, or a second later, and he just drops it. I know they said he was banged up and whatever, but okay, then I get it. But right now the Rams are having a hard time replacing Robert Woods. They're hurting me.
Yeah.
I didn't really. He wasn't great in fantasy for me, but watching him play without him last couple weeks, he does a lot of stuff for them. And they were talking about it like sweeps and
Right.
But
Yeah,
we'll
he
talk-
does do the running
He does a
plays.
lot of weird things for them that people probably don't see. I guess he's a pretty good blocker too in the run game.
Yeah.
So
Odell's not
and
doing
Odell's
that.
not doing that.
He got the big play. He's been a big play guy. He's
Yes.
flashy.
Yeah.
Very flashy. He's
Yep.
not going to fit in anywhere anymore.
No.
He's done.
Yep.
It's my turn.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, here we go.
I was gonna say Tom Seaver, but
You really think he was overrated? I thought he was.
no,
pretty
I
good.
was gonna say because you like use him.
He's a
as your-
very strange young man.
He's an idiot. Comes from upbringing.
Parents are probably
Parents are
idiots
probably
too.
idiots too.
I hope they're not listening.
What? I'm not talking about you.
Oh, you're talking about.
Jace.
Oh,
I got
wait a minute.
For sure, from the upbringing.
That's like you paying royalties for your voiceover.
Yeah. Warning.
Play
Another
it-
train coming.
play that at the end of the show.
Warning.
I'm famous.
God, I got
You should have screamed, here's another train coming.
Watch out.
scare some people.
They need some of those meme guys out there. Like they're coming for your family. They're coming. Yeah, it'd be crazy. I got a whole pile of them left. I'm gonna go with the fridge. Remember William Refrigerator Perry? He had like this whole aura around him, and he really wasn't.
He's a good defensive tackle.
He
was
could dance.
decent,
He was good. He was good.
but after
Scored a
that Super
touchdown.
Bowl, and a lot of it was.
He was I believe, the first 300-pound defensive lineman.
Isn't that crazy?
You could dance.
Good.
If you want to.
I mean, he was good, but I don't think he was as good as everybody. In this area, especially, everybody talked about the fridge every week. What did the fridge do? What did the fridge do? Eat. He did a lot of that.
Eric, you get double duty here, right?
No, this is the
This
end.
is the last one.
I had 4 already.
Beautiful
Oh, I did have 4.
friend.
Yeah.
The
Who is
end.
it?
Taking another NBA player, Yao Ming. Lot of hype.
But before he hurt his foot, he was good though.
He was big and he was from China.
But he was good though.
And they hyped him up.
He was legit for like 3-4 years, right?
I don't know. If
He was real
that
good.
great.
In fantasy, he was really good.
Yeah, he was, and then he hurt his foot, and that's just one of those things. Greg Oden would have been a good one.
Well, that's a guy that just never
But
got
Greg
there.
Oden, that's the same hype train as Willie brought up with Darko
Telfair.
and
Yeah,
Telfair.
I think the hype and the overrated could be two different. We could do a hype
That's
overhyped.
Yeah, I guess.
Because overrated is mean they had a career and everybody's like Yao Ming's in the Hall of Fame.
What Hall of Fame?
The
The Chinese
basketball Hall
paid
of
for
Fame. He's in the NBA or
Naismith?
Really?
The Naismith
Yes.
basketball
Well,
Hall
it's
of Fame?
not the NBA though. Remember,
It's
it's,
the
a basketball Hall of Fame, so
Still.
anybody's in it.
Naismith Basketball
Still.
Hall
Yeah.
of Fame for
Yeah.
everybody in the world.
Was there enough of a
Boring.
career there for him to be a Hall of Famer? I don't
Well, maybe they count his China career.
know. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I guess I could have said Jeremy Lin too. I mean,
Lynn
That's a
Sanity.
good.
Oh,
That's a
he
good one.
definitely is.
Yeah, that's a good one.
he had that one run of
Right.
8 games and that Linsanity, and then he kept getting contract after contract. For
He
the
got a
next 3 or
contract
4
there.
years.
How about Jim McElvain?
Yeah, I mean, well,
I don't.
He
think
might be
was hyped
listening.
that-
I know him.
Oh, he was a
Yeah, Eric
wasn't he
went to school. with him.
wasn't he like a top 10 pick or something like that?
Yeah, but there was not like the big hype around
he
him.
was
though.
a
He
second.
got-
he was a
made-
second
Didn't he get
round
like
pick.
paid like one of the biggest contracts ever at one point?
He did.
He
He
had a huge contract.
So that's a big
the
deal.
contract.
yeah.
I mean, I remember
Would
it well.
you say
'cause
huge what?
I remember it well because I went to high
Contract.
school with him. But he signed a 7-year, $35 million contract, which at the time was one of the biggest in the NBA.
It's crazy.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
It probably was. I mean, he's a big man.
So my father-in-law asked, did we talk about DeMarcus Cousins yet?
Boogie.
Speaking of
So let's
overhyped,
we're talking about NBA a little bit. DeMarcus Cousins. We'll ask Eric first, since
He's the Bucks fanatic.
he's the
if I could ever watch
Bucks,
him,
he's the Bucks apologist.
too many Bally's Network games lately.
So I watch it all the time.
Yeah.
So what do you think about DeMarcus coming to Milwaukee for?
Why not?
Low
Low risk. I mean, they're not. What are they going to pay him? League minimum? I mean, they're not going to give him much money. I mean,
Probably.
there's a roster spot available.
I agree.
Lopez is out. It's low risk. I mean, that's,
And now, does this worry you? Lopez's injury is worse than people have said.
that is worrying me.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I guess I got to cut him from our fantasy team now. I haven't cut him yet.
You won this week though.
Oh, I know. I've won a couple
You
in a
beat
row.
Shot. No, you beat Shotty's team.
I beat Shotty's team.
Although he
yeah.
had a guy didn't play this week, like a 20-point. No, Joker didn't play for him, and you beat him by like 12. But you still won.
That's his team's good.
Yeah, he started him thinking he wasn't starting. He didn't play the whole week.
I'll
They
take
beat
it.
me. They beat me last week by like 2 points.
Mm.
Another 180 game.
Latin lettuce.
Chris Klein says a non-guaranteed contract for DeMarcus Cousins. I'll tell you my heartbreak story of the week. What'd you do to him? Why'd you throw stuff at you?
Yeah,
I don't like him.
Broken bottles.
Remember?
So my heartbreak story. So I think I talked. Did I talk about? You weren't here, but did I talk about the survivor pool I was in?
Yeah.
Last week?
Yeah.
So all 3 guys got knocked out last week. I was one of them.
Mhm.
But we had a repick this week. So the 2 guys I was going against both picked the Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day. They lose.
Yeah. And you
And
picked
I
the Titans.
took the Eagles.
And they've been playing so
In
well.
the biggest letdown of all. I think that was one of the biggest letdown games. And not because they lost,
Mhm.
but how bad they looked in that game. Because I've
Yeah.
seen the Giants play a couple times this year, and the Giants are god
Well,
awful.
we watched them last Monday night here.
They're
They didn't
not
look good at all.
I mean, they played for a little, but the Tampa Bay is a little higher, a little better than Philly. But I thought, and the other team was the 2 other teams was the Chargers, which didn't matter.
Right.
But their team was the Bears, and I could not take the Bears because I just don't want to have the Bears knock me out.
Yeah.
And of course they win, but if I would have took them,
Yeah.
sure would have got their first win for you probably. So
Yeah.
So we're back for another week picking. I think this week I'm taking the Vikings. I think they're at home against the Lions.
Goal.
No. Yeah. No
Or-
cook. No cook though.
Oh, but they got
Yeah.
Madison. Madison's a
yeah,
monster.
yeah.
Too.
Cooks out 2 weeks.
Yeah. Oh, 2 only?
Well, it's nice for
He'll be
me.
back-
I've
he'll
got
be back,
Madison in
Mon-
another league.
He'll be
Good for
back
you.
Monday night in
Yeah.
Chicago.
Oh, of course he will.
Oh my God.
Well, let's
I got a NBA
since we
thing right here.
okay.
About our friend Anthony Davis.
He's not my friend.
16.7% on threes, worst in NBA history by any player with 2+ attempts per game and 20+ games played. 38.3 on mid-range, worst in NBA by any player with 100+ attempts. 33.1 on jump shots, worst in NBA by any player with 155+ attempts.
Oh, you are so full of crap. You're 5 feet nothing, 100 and nothing, and you got hardly a speck of athletic ability. And you hung in with the best college football team in the land for 2 years. And you're also going to walk out of here with a degree from the University of Notre Dame.
You feel it, Jerry? Show me the money! Jerry, you better yell! Show me the money! Show me the money! You love this black man! I love black people! I love black people!
Either we heal now as a team, or we will die as individuals, as football guys. I thought you told me he was solid muscle.
Well, he's much stronger than he looks. I'm wired. Go get some kids.
Playing football at West Canaan may have been the opportunity of your lifetime, but I don't want your life.
Foosball. You playing the foosball behind my back? The only reason I'm doing it so I can go to school. School? You going to school? Ah! Sorry.
Football is alive!
So week 13, right? 12. Week 12 kicked off this week on Thanksgiving with a cornucopia. Get it?
Got it. I see what you're doing there.
Cornucopia of games happened that day. We had the Bears visiting the Lions, the Raiders visiting the Cowboys, and the Bills visiting the Saints, and all the visitors took home the wins. Bears win 16-14. The Red Rocket, Dalton throws for 317 and a touchdown. Jamal Williams came in relief of Swift and 65 yards, and Mooney, 5 catches, 123. 16-14. Bears win on a field goal with time running out. 16-14. Like I said, Bears went to 4-7. Lions are 0-10-1.
I want to ask you, with how Andy Dalton performed.
No.
Okay, I wasn't sure. That was a topic I've heard over stuff all weekend.
No. And there was rumors also that Ed McCaskey forced Justin Fields onto Matt Nagy, and he should have. I don't know why people don't understand this. He should be starting. That team is not a Super Bowl team or anything. The kid should play, and he should learn to get hit. And if you can't handle adversity, I hate this. The thing I hate with all quarterbacks through history. Well, you can't put him in because if he plays and it's bad, he might not recover from it.
Then he's not set for this.
Exactly.
He's not prepared for this.
If he doesn't come out at this, if he doesn't play well after this because this scarred him, then he shouldn't be a starting quarterback in the NFL. Plain and simple.
The strong will survive.
Peyton Manning is your example, and I know it doesn't happen a lot. Peyton Manning had a league
28
interceptions, and guess what he's done?
NFL
guess
record.
what?
Overrated.
Have you ever heard of Peyton Manning? Have you guys heard of that guy?
Overrated.
Is he Eli's brother?
Yes, and Cooper.
Oh, Cooper, yeah.
Cooper the coolest.
But you guys agree with me there? If the guy, no matter what the situation, bad line, okay, figure it out. You know what? Get rid of the ball faster.
Yeah.
Read faster. Find your check down faster.
Look
Run
at
out of the pocket. Do what you got to do faster.
Look at Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is one of the best offensive lines, and he's still getting rid of the ball in 2 seconds every time.
But I'm looking at guys that started right away.
I know, but I'm still saying.
But you look at even like Zach
Wilson.
I watched a little bit of that game on the red zone. You watching all the grief that this kid's getting, which I've given him a little grief, but you watch them, they're terrible, the Jets.
Oh yeah,
they're downright bad. So
there's nothing in the trenches there.
Yeah, and we'll get to talking about the rookie quarterback playing the best right now. We'll get in a minute. So the Raiders go into Dallas and win 36-33. Dak Prescott 305, 2 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs 87 and a touchdown. Hunter Renfrow 8 catches, 134. Big win for the Raiders, keeps them in the playoff hunt and moves the Cowboys on 7-4, which makes tonight's game pretty interesting for the Redskins. Can win this game. They're kind of back in the hunt, along with the Eagles would have been in the hunt if they wouldn't have lost yesterday, but they screwed the pooch a little bit. So, and second touchdown from McKissick. That's awesome since I have Antonio Gibson.
Yeah.
So Bills go to the Saints and win 31-6. Saints are just decimated by injuries, and they're missing Kamara. They're missing Winston. They're just missing guys left and right. They played just like they're missing a bunch of starters. So
14 starters out.
Yep. 31-6 final score. Bills move to 7-4 with a big game this week for first place against the Patriots. Anything on the game, Willie? I know you always have tidbits, or no, you're good.
I'm good.
Or anybody, just stop me as I go. Steelers, Bengals. The Bengals, we talked earlier, just Willie made it as ugly or bad. The Steelers offense just looked terrible, 41-10. And the Bengals are a team, just catch them on the right. Don't catch them on the right week. They'll kick that shit out of you. Catch them on the week they're crappy, you'll beat them. It's just weird. Every other week they play like they can't be beat. And the week after they'll just play bad. I don't get it.
And it's weird because didn't Roethlisberger play well the week before? Like he got hot at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And then they go in and they just shit the bed.
Yeah. So I don't know. So they lose 41-10, moves the Bengals to 7-4, one game out of first behind the Ravens, and the Steelers are 5-1. That right now is shaping up record-wise to be the best division of football, which we probably wouldn't have thought of beginning of the year, but right now the best division of football.
So talking about the Roethlisberger, he has 241st start at quarterback, all with the Steelers. He surpassed Dan Marino with the third most starts by quarterback with one team in NFL history, trailing Tom Brady and Brett Favre.
Okay.
So
nice. Anything? Bueller?
No.
One of the better games of the day. Buccaneers at the Colts. Buccaneers get away with the win 38-31, get hot in the second half. They were trailing by 10 points twice in this game in the second half and ended up winning 38-31. 8-3, they moved the Buccaneers. They are the number 2 seed now, or 3 seed, I'm sorry, in the NFC. Colts are 6-6, still in the playoff hunt, playing good. It's just they got to go with that hump. Carson Wentz, best game of the year, 306, 3 touchdowns with 1 interception. Fournette, 100 yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 rushing, 1 receiving. And Gronkowski, 7 catches, 123. That was just a game. It's once again the I don't know if the Buccaneers can survive their defensive their back half of their defense is just, and now Devin White got injured. He came back. He was hurt. I don't know if they can survive that back. And then what they did was a smart game plan by the Colts. They went away from the run and they attacked the secondary, and it worked for a while. And they actually went back to Jonathan Taylor last drive and drove right down the field. Jonathan Taylor had like 50 yards rushing on his last drive, ended with like 90, or I'm sorry, or was it 90 or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
So
he had
like almost over half his yards and he was just eating yards up. So it's like Frank Reich is, I always say Shannon, I like Shannon. You guys, we talked about this, but Frank Reich's another guy that gets no credit at all. He's done a really good job in Indianapolis. And their defense is very good too. So anything about the Buccaneers?
Did you see how that game ended? Ran it back to the 30 on the kickoff.
The kick return back to the 30. They had 2 shots hands on in. Yeah.
Right.
And
one thing, Carson Wentz, he had a touchdown pass to Ashton Doolin. It was 52 yards in the air. It's Wentz's longest touchdown pass in terms of air yards since week 7 of 2017 against the Redskins. So,
was that his MVP?
You know what? And
he was an MVP.
It was his 3rd completion of 50-plus yards this season, most by any quarterback in the NFL.
Nice.
So
that was the year the Eagles won the Super Bowl, I'm assuming?
Yes, I believe it was.
You are correct, sir.
I saw Fournette was they replaced him with Ronald Jones to run a 1-yarder in too, or he would have had 5 touchdowns.
And that wasn't double dunk here. Yeah, you're right. They did. He would have had 5.
Yeah,
you're right.
I was all excited because I have Fournette. I mean, he had a huge
huge game. Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, he's gonna get another one. And they're like Ronald Jones. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah.
And I picked up Jones too, but
I got 45 points out of him out of Fournette.
Yeah, so did I. That was a great week for Fournette's turned into a top. I don't know. What would you say? Right now, he might be a top 5 running back.
With all the injuries.
Yeah, with all the injuries. With Henry's out, McCaffrey's out.
Yeah,
Cook's out. Yeah, he's right up there.
They're a tough offense to face.
Swift
right now.
is out.
They do everything good.
Yeah,
they're doing everything pretty well. The Bucks defensively, that's where they're going to struggle.
We talked about that too much. Move on to the next one.
Panthers, Dolphins. The Dolphins.
Is it back? I thought maybe you'd bring the button back.
Bring it back yet. They don't get it back yet.
How many straight?
They've won 3 straight.
I thought it was 4.
I think.
Who's that?
I believe the Dolphins won 4 straight.
My Super Bowl pick. They're going to make their run right now.
I think it was 4. Yeah.
So 33-10.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Cam Newton Panthers lose to Tua. Tua had 230 and a touchdown. Miles Gaskins 49 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. Jalen Waddle with the 3rd best game in rookie history for the Dolphins, behind 137 a touchdown. Name the 2 receivers that beat him out.
Clayton and Duper.
I was going to say
Devontae
Clayton.
Parker.
No.
Oh.
Name the second. I can't remember. Oh, I know them both.
Chris Chambers.
Nope. Well, Chris Chambers was 5th on the list.
Are they old people? Like
they are now.
Like my time?
They weren't then.
Like
they were young.
Jimmy Cephalo.
Nope. It was Orlando Gadsden.
I was going to say that.
And Terry Kirby.
I was going to say,
Kirby,
oh my God, I should
remember.
have said both of those.
A young Terry Kirby.
Yeah.
don't know who either one of those.
You don't remember Ronnie Gaston?
I don't
He was
remember
a
Gaston.
fancy-
I remember
You guys don't remember
Kirby.
Gaston? He was like a fancy waiver grab. Like late in the year, he had this huge game. He was trying to grab the guy, and he was. And Terry Kirby was like that.
I remember that name.
Was like an all-purpose type back guy. He wasn't the running back, but he was like that, almost like that out third down guy. But he was a running back and had like the second most yards in receiving history for the.
God, you wonder
Which is crazy when you name guys like Duper and Clayton.
Yeah,
that guy would be. They weren't even on the top 5, but they played together, so I probably took away from each other. Maybe I don't know.
Man,
those are good receivers.
You wonder why
Well, their
I'm bad at-
quarterbacks suck though.
Yeah, he was
Marino.
overrated.
You wonder why I'm bad at fantasy football? I had no idea who those two guys were.
That was a long time ago, though.
I was
Yeah,
really
you're
bad
young.
then
Kirby,
too.
you might not have been doing it. That was
You're
90.
young.
Oh, 97. Yeah, you're
Oh
probably
yeah,
young.
I've been doing it since then. I just never.
What about
well.
fantasy
That's what she
football?
said.
Yeah, baby.
Just doing them all. Anyway,
Except the Dolphin. We don't have the Dolphin thing.
Patriots Titans 36-13. The Patriots moving the number 2 seed in the AFC 8-4. Now they lead the AFC East also. Titans dropped to 8-4. Mac Jones 310 and 2 touchdowns. Hilliard 131 and a touchdown. Myers 5-98. Big story in this game was just bad turnovers by the Tennessee Titans. Hilliard, I believe was him, broke off like a 50-yard run and fumbled at the end of the drive. And then the other one, Deontay Freeman, fumbled like at midfield. So this game was a lot closer than the score indicates, I think, at the end. The game was actually a good game for a while, and then Dates got away from it at the end. Mac Jones, another good game. Bill Belichick is just doing what he does, man. He got the pieces back together. COVID year, he took that year with his guys, and a lot of guys not playing. Some came back, some didn't, but took that year to refocus and regroup. Maybe I guess they weren't planning to be 14th pick and getting Mac Jones or 13th, but maybe they're like, whatever, 1 year, it is what it is. We're not good enough to win anyway this year. So they took the year, and here they are.
So with that win, Mac Jones, he's a third rookie quarterback in the last 15 seasons to win 6 straight starts. Each of the previous 2 offensive rookie of the years. So 2 other quarterbacks, 2016 and 2012.
Lamar Jackson?
Nope.
He didn't win. I thought he won a bunch at the end. They got to the playoffs. So 2016 rookie quarterback, huh?
Yep.
2016 rookie quarterback. Mitch Trubisky.
No,
he wasn't a rookie that year.
Nope, but he was injured last year and came back this year.
Jameis Winston.
Nope.
He wasn't injured.
Yeah, it was towards ACL. Oh no, that's
2016. Come on, think about it.
Carson Wentz.
Nope.
Carson, a rookie from 2000.
How about
AFC or NFC?
Murray?
NFC?
No.
NFC.
Goff. I don't know.
NFC East.
Dak.
Yeah, there you go, Dak. Okay,
there we go.
And then 2012, he started all for Lamar.
Flacco?
No,
he started for Lamar.
No. He kind of like he was this type of quarterback.
Oh, it's the guy from Griffin, the third.
There you go,
Robert Griffin.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep,
Yep, 2012. Yep.
Nice.
I believe it was Belichick's first victory against Mike Vrabel.
It might have been. You might be correct.
Okay, yeah, because the
His
last
former
time they
player.
would have played each other was Brady's last game.
When he threw the pick 6.
When he threw the pick 6 with like 10 seconds left in the fourth and capped it off for him.
A couple of quotes. Chris Klein said, John Taylor is a beast. Too bad he plays with Wentz in Indy. He said Wentz is overrated. 2 is doing just enough to screw up the things out for the Dolphins, Chris Klein said. And Chris Klein said Virginia's Terry Kirby went to Virginia. Is that right?
2 was actually one of
Holy
the first.
cow.
2 was the first quarterback in NFL history to throw back-to-back games with 80+ passer completion percentage. I seen today.
They do seem to play better when he's in there. But I mean, it's hard to.
Fitzmagic's where it's at.
He's out for the
He's
year
not
now,
even
and he's in
on-
Washington.
Yeah, he's not
I
even
know.
on
I
that
know.
team.
I'm just
So here we go. Eagles Giants, heartbreaker for me. $2,000 heartbreaker. 13-7. Daniel Jones 202, 1 touchdown. Jalen Hurts 8 carries, 77 yards. Kenny Galladay 3 catches, 50 yards. I'm glad he got those catches this week and not last week when I needed them.
Holy crap! Yeah,
I lost by that same league. I lost by 1.2 last week. Kenny Galladay needed 1 more catch, and we were watching.
Yeah.
There's a minute left, 2 minutes left in the game. He caught a ball in the sidelines, and his feet were out of bounds. His
Yeah,
heel.
I was.
So
the next day at work, I was telling everybody about. I was telling this one guy about your.
Want to hear my other
your
one?
night. Yeah.
So I'm playing the same league this week. I have 165 points, which is a lot of points in that league.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to lose, and the next closest score is 131 right now.
Oh my god!
So you played the one guy.
And my quarterback
One guy.
yesterday
It always, it
with
always
165, my quarterback was Ben Roethlisberger.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh!
Because I had Kyler Murray on my, he's off.
Ugh.
So 165 with 9 points for my quarterback, and I played against Leonard Fournette.
Oh,
the football
So
gods
it's
do not.
just I can't believe number one. I'm like, I scored that many. Sweet. He's got one guy left, and he has someone tonight. Doesn't matter. I was losing anyway, but it's just
Football gods don't like you lately, do they?
that league especially, man. I'm like the 4th highest score in that league too, and I'm 4-7 or something. It's just terrible.
Well, in our dynasty league, PD won the score thing. He's in last place, worst team in the league.
Got his money back.
He gets $100.
Money back. Yep.
He's in last place somehow.
Just gotta be enough every week.
Just enough every week not to be the worst team.
So the Eagles are still in the playoff
Crazy.
hunt. So are the Giants, 4-7, and the Bears are still there. They showed us the other day.
Yeah, that's right. They are.
Get my hopes up. Get my hopes up.
What? Getting my hopes up so they
Scott,
can get
what will you do if the Bears make the playoffs?
Whatever you say now, I'll do because it's not going to happen. So you say whatever you want, and I'll do it.
All right, come on, guys, think of something.
Whatever. Think of something.
Ice water challenge. Everybody used to love
Now,
that one. Remember?
one chip.
He has to strip down his whitey tighties and do a snow angel in the front
I'll
yard.
eat the whole chip.
Whole
The
chip?
whole
I'll do
chip.
it. I'll do that. I don't care. I'll do that.
Oh, that's
Face down.
That's it.
I don't care.
Yeah,
what
let's
is
do a
this? If the Bears
snow
make
angel.
the playoffs?
I'll eat this. I'll eat that chip in the snow.
Well, that
Watch
helps.
it melt all around him.
Okay.
Cools
So
you off.
that's what I'll do.
That's if the Bears make the playoffs.
If the Bears make the playoffs.
There goes a good draft pick for them. If they make
What
the
what
playoffs.
is the origin here of this chip? This chip just showed up one day.
Willie brought it.
I brought it.
We're supposed to share it one
Oh.
night.
Yeah.
We'll share it before Christmas.
Well, unless the Bears make the playoffs, then it's
Oh, we gotta
Bears.
wait till after the playoffs.
You guys want
One chip.
And if the Bears don't make
It's
the
not gonna get
playoffs,
stale, is it?
you guys eat it.
Oh no!
Oh, we want to make bets now.
No!
I'll eat it no matter what.
Have you seen
Hey,
these
I'll,
guys?
I'll do if
scores
the
in
Lions make
betting?
the playoffs.
What, is it going to get stale though? Just sitting around like this.
Hey,
I
you
mean,
know
it
what?
is a chip, right?
Sometimes
all those
you know what?
chemicals in there? It'll be
Sometimes
fine.
all you have to do is believe.
Chemicals.
Believe.
Yeah, buddy.
Believe that the Bears will make the playoffs.
Believe.
There it is.
Anyway,
That's our Ted Lasso
Falcons,
right there.
Jaguars.
That's our Roy Kent.
Falcons win 21-14, 5-6. They move to also in the playoffs. Hunt still Jaguars 2-9. And we were talking. I don't know if I said during the show or before the show, but someone mentioned is Urban Meyer on his way to Oklahoma or
No, Notre Dame. Notre Dame, because he used to be the wide receiver coach there.
Is he on the way somewhere? He's like, screw it, I'm out of the NFL.
Under Bob Davies.
That would be exactly what's his name did. Spent
Yeah.
the 1 year with the Dolphins and said, you know what, it's not for me.
Yep. So
I'll go
Falcons win.
coach Alabama.
Yeah, Falcons win 21-14. Chargers, tough game. The same kind of up and down season. Chargers lose 28-13 to the Broncos. Broncos, there's two teams that I can't read either of them. Herbert, 303, 2 touchdowns. Melvin Gordon, 83 yards rushing. Keenan Allen, 7 for 85. Broncos and Chargers still both in the playoff hunt. This week, I didn't think I'd be saying this probably all year, but Broncos visit the Chiefs. Big game. It's for first place. So
Interesting.
we'll see.
Back to the
The
good old
Chargers are a
days, the old
head-scratching
Bronco-Chiefs
team,
matchup.
man.
One down, yep. Rams go to Green Bay and lose 36-28. Rodgers, 307, 2 touchdowns. A.J. Dillon, 69 yards rushing. Devontae Adams, 8 catches for 104. Packers are number 2 seed behind the Cardinals right now, and the Rams drop to the first card spot after that loss. The big thing I was kind of talking about today, we were talking at work about this day, and I understand why don't I see Aaron Jones is not playing as much, and I get it. He was kind of come off injury. And all
He
that.
wasn't even supposed to play.
But-
He was supposed to be out for a couple weeks.
But when he does play, with the way A.J. Dillon's running the ball, why don't they use him in the same effect they use him when they have no receivers?
Exactly.
He catches 8-9 balls with no Devontae Adams. Screw all these other guys. Put him in the slot and let him take the slot. Let him take. Well, Cobb's hurt now, so he might have to.
Yeah.
But
It would
well,
make
he
more
got a week off,
sense.
so maybe he'll be fine, Cobb. But why not? He always has these great games when Devontae Adams is out. And all of a sudden, well, I understand this game. He might have been. They said, "No, let's see what we need you for." And if he was, I think the ruling in NFL personally, if you can't play, you don't dress. So he should have been available. And he was. He carried the ball a few times. But I just don't know. I don't understand why don't you? And you kind of get what I'm saying, right? With that, use him more. Maybe they will. Maybe it's their plan for the playoffs. You never know. I think that's coming down
Could you
the road.
imagine getting both of them on the field at the same time?
Well, they should. He should be. And you could
hit
use
him with short passes or those little screens. And,
do a lot of what KC does with Travis Kelce out of the backfield.
yeah, or throw it just over the center.
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Just get these guys that come out of the backfield and catch the ball, have them be like a H-back, which Packers do that once in a while. But I think I would feature him as a number 2 receiver when
I
push
agree.
to shove. I really would.
I love it.
I would.
Dylan's a monster.
And he's got great hands, and he plays that a lot when they need it.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean,
You'll catch some people by surprise doing it. That's for sure.
Yeah. You're welcome, Matt LaFleur.
I think he listens to the show.
He does.
Yeah, he's a long time listener.
He's not a big fan of my shower stalls, but he's
well, neither. Oh, Rogers is. Vikings 49ers. Funny part of the game of Kirk Cousins goes to take a snap from the guard with under 2 minutes left, has to take a timeout, but they end up losing 34-26.
They're like, hey, buddy.
And the Viking, not the Viking. Well, the Vikings 5-6, another team that just could have 2 or 3 more wins if they just play games differently. And the Niners, who a couple weeks ago we were saying, I don't know if that's the team you really want to play right now. They're playing good. They're
physical team.
That's the part. They're physical and they get after you when they can. Often, can they hang with a team like the Packers? I don't know, but we will see. We will see.
Yeah, I mean, a physical team going into the playoffs is a good
Kittle
thing.
back yesterday too.
He's been back for a few weeks.
Yeah.
Weeks,
I don't know why they said that.
So did you know that the one team has held a 7-point lead in every game this season?
The Vikings.
You are correct.
Only team that's held at least a 7-point league in every single game.
And they're 5-6.
No, 5-6.
Yikes!
Just like Nebraska.
Hey, they're in second place, only 3.5 games out of first already.
Yeah.
Packers
only if they
could
could play the Packers every week, huh?
Yeah.
No, Packers got to be clinching.
They get another one
next
against
week.
them.
Well, there's still 5 games left, so it's 2 weeks away.
2 weeks, yeah.
We got to buy this week, so teams can gain ground in this week. The half game. That's about it. Because everybody after this week, I think it's the last bye. So I think everybody evens out after this week. I think everybody will have to say. I think it is. There's a lot of teams on. There's a lot of good running backs on buys this week. Fantasy running backs.
I hope there's people I'm playing.
Me and Ed will disagree on this because Ed said the Bears-Lions game was a snoozer. Well, the Browns-Ravens game was the worst game play of the weekend, I thought.
I fell asleep.
Actually, I would actually take even the Giants-Eagles game before the Bears game wasn't great. Don't get me wrong.
No,
but
it was
the
a
other
dumpster fire.
But these games were just bad. I mean, they were just nothing.
I literally I turned it on and about half hour I was out.
So they were the bottom. So my bottom 3, top 3. The Bears got out of the bottom 3 because they won. We talked about this last week. Lions, Jaguars, and Texans are my bottom 3. No, Texans won, right?
Yeah, they did.
No, Jets won.
No,
Yeah, I was
Texans
gonna
won.
say you got the Jets out of there, huh?
Texans won, I believe.
No, I thought
Texans lost to the Jets.
They played
the Jets
each
won.
other.
Yeah. I didn't even say the Jets won 21-14.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put my top 3. Last week I can't remember where top 3 was. I'm just gonna go Arizona, Green Bay, give Green Bay the 1A, 1B because they beat them. But my third team, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna jinx them. But it's the Patriots. They're number 3 right now to me. Another team jumps on the page right now, and the AFC. I think right now, I know Chiefs were off this week. They had a couple of good games in a row. We'll see what happens this week against the who are they playing?
Broncos.
The Broncos. And next week, who's the game coming up next week? Next Monday night?
Next Monday night, Bills and Patriots at Orchard Park in New York.
That's a first place game also. So we'll see.
Road trip.
First good Monday night game of the year right there.
So let's go to our picks real quick. You guys want to do picks?
Yes, I got them.
Can I just talk about Nebraska real quick for a second?
We talked about Nebraska. So what are you going to say? Add to it.
Just how they're bad but good at the same time.
Oh, Nebraska. Yeah. What's that stat in Nebraska? Football.
I don't really know.
Here's a stat in Nebraska football.
Well, I just know that
they had lost 9 games this year.
9 games.
They lost 9 games. Every single game they lost was by single digits.
Oh, yeah.
Oh wow.
The Nebraska Cornhuskers.
And they had one of the toughest schedules in all of college football. They said too, probably.
They had a good defense. I mean, they
actually allowed 339 points and also scored 339.
Is Frost still there?
How does that?
He's still the
Yeah,
coach?
he's still there.
How does that?
Is he going to
make
get
sense?
canned for losing 9 games?
No, because he's got Taylor Martinez. Well, I mean, that guy
Don't they always have a quarterback named Martinez in Nebraska?
seems like he's been there forever.
Okay, so let's pick our new week.
And who do you think
Week
ranked
13.
second in total offense in the Big Ten?
Penn State.
Nebraska.
Oh.
Under Ohio State, 4,607
That's
yards.
crazy.
Ohio State had 8, or
Yeah,
I had 200 more.
Yards are a skewed stat.
I know, but it's just
Can we move on-
interesting.
Can we move on to our picks?
Yeah, shut up. Yeah.
We're talking about Nebraska for some reason.
Corn, that's why.
They lost 9 times.
Over 9 times.
9.
9. You guys just want to hear that, so fine, I'll do it.
9 times.
9 times.
9 times. 9 times.
9 times.
9
69.
times. 9 times.
9 times.
9
He's a
times.
very strange young man.
He's an idiot. Comes from upbringing. Parents are probably idiots too.
Okay, so this week, first game on the docket, we have the Cowboys visiting the Saints, -6 at the Saints, and I'm going to get back on the Cowboys here.
No Mike McCarthy.
I'm Cowboys. I'm going to take them. Kellen Moore will be the coach, maybe. Who knows what's going on? I just the injuries to the Saints right now, I think are just too hard. If the Cowboys lose this game, this may be the end of their season in a way, just because this is a game it's not always a must win, but it's every game's a must win. But this is a team they should be able to beat. I don't think they have Kamara back. They're going to still missing pieces, and so we'll see. I'm taking the Cowboys. What about you guys?
Cowboys.
6 points. I'm going to take the Saints at home.
Them boys.
Okay, we got the Buccaneers visiting Atlanta -10. I'm taking the Buccaneers -10.
I got the Bucks.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bucks. That's a lot though.
I'm going Falcons.
Arizona at Chicago. Chicago getting 7 at home from the Cardinals. I believe Kyler Murray will start this game. I could be wrong. If Kyler Murray starts, I will give the Cardinals 7. But if he doesn't start, I think the Bears could cover that 7.
I completely agree.
But I don't know. I'm just gonna pick the Bears because I'm picking the Bears. I don't care. But is Kyler Murray starting? Do we know this?
They haven't.
I'm just saying it. They're playing the Bears. I'd arrest him. Honestly, just keep him out if you can keep him healthy, because I think Colt can beat the Bears.
The Packers are making these must wins for the Cardinals now. So these are all must win games.
Now you're not playing home games. You're playing in Green Bay in a snowstorm instead of playing in Arizona.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You'd rather be playing.
I'm going to take the Bears plus a 7.
I'm going to take Arizona.
I like the points, and I'm taking the Bears with those points.
Zona.
We got the Chargers. Plus 2.5 at the Bungles. And this is one of the games. This is that game that's going to, I just said this.
I agree.
I'm going to take the Bengals. I am. But the Chargers are going to win by 10. But I'm taking the Bengals.
No, I mean, the Bengals won last week, so they're going to shit the bed.
Yeah.
Right. So
I'm taking the Bengals.
I'm taking Chargers.
Bengals.
Chargers.
Okay, and my looks like it might be my that's at Detroit, the game I thought was at. It looks like it might be my my survivor pick this week. I'm gonna take the Vikings, but I'm taking the Vikings and covering the spread also.
Who do they play?
At Detroit.
Cook is out. Cook's out. Cousins doesn't know where to line up.
But Madison's
a monster.
Madison's a good running back.
And on the other side of the ball, you got Dan Campbell, who's ready to eat your kneecaps.
And I just think that Minnesota defense is playing pretty well. They had a tough game last week, but they are playing good. And I mean, you have probably one of the best receiving tandems in football. You could argue Jefferson and Thielen. When Bears like the teams like the Bears and
Detroit
don't have no receivers.
Detroit doesn't have their best player either.
Yeah, Swift will be out, and he was second in receptions.
I know.
Jesus.
I would have had him and Fournette playing there. But
I forgot to say Arizona.
I'm gonna Oh, really?
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
We'll do a bench warmers Facebook Live from there.
Oh, that would be.
Oh, with Bearman.
Oh,
Jesus
creepy.
Christ. I'm taking Detroit in that game.
That guy's creepy, and I hang out with Willie. So
I'm taking Detroit because Jamal Williams is going to come in and fill in. So I mean,
to cover,
just to cover, not to win. Not to, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm taking the Vikings.
Willie,
I'm going with the Lions.
Okay. Giants at the Dolphins. The Giants getting 2.5 in Miami. I gotta. You got to take the Dolphins. You have to.
Miami's at home.
Yeah,
against the. I think they win that game easily.
I'm taking the Giants or Dolphins. I'm sorry, Dolphins.
I'll keep riding the Fins.
I'm on the Fins.
Yeah, I don't see how that's even that close a game.
You know what? I might take the Eagles again this week. They play at the Jets. I might have to take the Eagles again this week.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna just.
Can you imagine? Can they killed you twice?
Shit the bed 2 weeks.
I'm taking the Eagles -7 because I might take them.
I know Zach Wilson.
Or there's the Colts too, but I took the Colts earlier in the year.
Zach Wilson, those shuffle passes to a running back with his receivers back or a running back's back turned to him.
Yeah, that was a great play. The game he threw it off the back of the running back and he got picked.
It deflected.
Yeah. Who you guys taking? Eagles or Jets?
Eagles.
Or Dolphins or Giants first? You guys saw.
I took the Dolphins.
Everybody went Dolphins.
Eagles, Jets.
Eagles.
I'm going Jets to cover that 7.
Jets, they're going to cover it.
Okay, 7 points.
Eagles can't score points.
Yeah. Colts at Indy. I'm sorry, Colts at
Texans.
Houston.
It doesn't matter where this game's
Colts
at.
-7.5 at the Texans. I'm going to take the horseshoes.
Horseshoe.
Yeah, I think after they lost, they're gonna whoop some ass this week. So I'm taking the Colts.
I don't see Houston scoring a point in that game, possibly.
Yeah, they did that for a while this year too. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna get back to that.
If you guys haven't yet, tune
Willie,
into
Willie, who do you like?
in-season Hard Knocks.
I like the Colts.
I think Jonathan Taylor's going to have more yards than the Texans.
Total.
Yeah, you know.
I hope he does have in fantasy in 1 week. So Washington at the Vegas. Washington +2.5 in Sin City.
That's a tough one.
I'm gonna take the Raiders. 10 days rest, coming off a nice win. I want to take the Raiders rested.
Raiders at home.
Yeah, I guess I'll take the home team.
Washington.
Jacksonville at the Rams. Rams minus 13.5.
Jeez.
I'm taking the Rams. The
Yeah,
Jaguars
they're
just are
coming
dumpster
off a
fire at
loss
times.
too.
I mean, they struggled against Atlanta. Didn't look good at times. So
Rams are at home.
yeah, it's kind of a big game for them.
They have to win.
But it's 13 points. 10 points is still a good win. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Rams though.
Yep.
I agree.
Ravens, Steelers. Ravens minus 3 at Pittsburgh. This is one of those games, man, that we're gonna count the Steelers out, and then they're
They crapped the bed last week.
I'm taking Pittsburgh, a division game like this, and I know Bengals were, but the Ravens and Steelers just hate each other, and I'm taking the Steelers at home.
And
But
the-
JJ Watt or TJ Watt might be out. COVID.
Yes.
The Ravens have been winning games playing terrible.
Oh yeah, which
And
is
they're
huge.
due.
Yeah.
If they play bad again, they're due for a loss. I'm taking the Steelers.
Okay.
Ravens.
I'm gonna go Ravens.
Okay. San Fran at Seattle. San Fran minus 2.5 at the Sea Chickens.
Niners.
I'm gonna take the Niners too. The way this Monday night's game is going right
I
now.
don't
man.
think the 12th man is going to make a difference there.
No, they can actually have the 12th man on the field. It probably wouldn't matter.
Yes, Seattle looks really bad.
There's not a good team.
Russell Wilson looks terrible.
Oh, Russell.
He's
Russell
got
Wilson has
two good receivers. He
He-
can't get the ball to him.
he's got a decent line decent line though. But whatever. Decent.
They don't have
passing.
they don't
line.
have a running back either. I
Yeah.
mean, it's kind of hurting them. It seems.
Yeah.
All right, where are we at?
Broncos at Chiefs. Chiefs minus 9.5. Wow, the Broncos getting 9.5 at the Chiefs.
Broncos are in cover.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Broncos to make that a close game.
I
I
have
think the
exact
Chiefs
same
win.
thing.
I think it's a field goal game. I think it's a last-second field goal by Bucker or something late puts them ahead with 2 minutes or something like that.
I think the Chiefs win by 10, so I'm taking them.
Man, Chiefs have to win the end. They're the face of the NFL.
Yeah. Patriots plus 3 at the Bills. Big game, first place division. I'm gonna for all the people that say that Buffalo's playing terrible and blah blah blah. I'm still gonna take the Bills. The Bills are. This is it for them. This is a big win for this is a more of a and everybody wants to win, but this is a must win for them because this is where they put them back in driver's seat of that division and they are at home. And that
gonna be
place
snowy.
And that place hasn't had many primetime games, and they've had a few, but that place is always crazy for night games because they don't get it many, and they've got a few last couple of years because they got better. But
It's gonna be a
Bills
fun
Mafia.
game for us to watch.
yeah. It's a good game to watch. You're right.
I'm gonna take New England winning that game. They're on fire.
Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills, so I'm taking them.
Taking Belichick.
Okay, save your picks, fellas.
Yeah, good
So our standings to this point, Ed's at 72. I'm at 71. Old Balls is at 53, and Jordan Love is at 48. But you guys started late, but it's not our problem. We're being better winners right now.
I missed the Bears game this week, which I would have picked the Bears over the Lions. I forgot I was sitting there eating turkey, and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot my picks.
Let me
turkey that early?
Let me see.
No.
This week,
I was just sitting there naked. But
6, 9, 4, 5 is 6 picks for Ed, 9 for me, 4 for Old Balls, and Jordan Love has 5.
you made a run back trying to catch me there.
Yeah, if you saw my
Is anybody at 50% even?
49. We're both at 49. Ed. We'd be great gamblers.
Jesus.
We should quit our jobs and become gamblers.
I wish I knew somebody to place bets with.
So I found a new show. I watched on Netflix, and you guys haven't watched this. You have to watch it. It's kind of a cool. It's a what do you call it? A short series or just a one-run series, or it's 7 episodes. First one was an hour, and other one was like 30 to 35 minutes. It's called True Story on Netflix, and it's with Kevin Hart. And I know when I say Kevin Hart, you guys, oh my God, it's a belly laugher, I bet. No, it's not. It's really dark. It's a dark movie. And if you have a chance, watch it. True story.
So it's not funny at all.
Well, he's a comedian. He's a
Have
comedian.
you ever seen his comedy? It's not that funny either.
Oh, he's pretty funny.
Oh,
I saw him in
Kevin Hart.
concert. Yeah, we saw him at the Riverside.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like a warm up for his big stadium tour, and you couldn't have phones or nothing. Like they're like can't have phones out, nothing. So much recording it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
to give away his jokes.
Yeah,
and everything.
and nothing. So of course, everybody. But there's of course 1-2 people that need to get their phones out. They got them. They get out. They kicked him out before the show even started.
Wow.
It was crazy too because there was a refrigerator in the middle and you couldn't see him the whole time because he's so short.
But yeah, if you get a chance, true story. And
Okay.
let me know and watch it. Let me know. You can binge watch it pretty quick. Like I said, it's basically 6 hours. No, I'm sorry, 4 hours long.
So it's concluded now. It's not going into another season. It's just
No, it was just one season.
Huh.
And actually, I figured it out.
Is it about him?
No,
Oh.
not at all. He's a comedian in the show, but it's nothing. I mean, his brother is Wesley Snipes in the show. A couple other people you know. If you see, ever watch Brockmire?
Yes.
Remember the girl they brought in, his assistant? She was the lesbian.
Yes. Yep.
She's in the movie. She's like a writer for him. And then if you ever watched Prison Break back in the day, the cop that was chasing him kind of after he got out, the white guy.
Not the David Boreanaz guy.
No, the other guy. He's in it. So and I got to look up who this bodyguard in the show, because bodyguard I keep forgetting. It's somebody famous, I think. So yeah, check it out. True story. Good show. California. California. Any models? Models?
Oh,
for
yeah,
California.
Yeah.
California.
I do have something if you want.
What do you got, Will?
I got people that died when they were 60. So
okay.
If you're interested.
Kind of sad.
Kind of dark.
Were they Californians?
No, they weren't.
Okay, go ahead.
You want to listen?
Go ahead.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
we're waiting.
People that died when they were 60. We got Carrie Fisher. Diego Maradona.
Yeah, it was cocaine.
Yep. Teddy Roosevelt.
Oh.
Calvin Coolidge. Benedict Arnold.
Traitor.
Moses Malone.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
That's right.
Mahalia Jackson, who's a gospel singer. I don't know if you remember.
No. Not from my church days.
Okay. Jeff Conaway from Taxi. Remember?
Yeah,
Hickey from
the curly hair guy.
Yep.
Hickey from Kaneki.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. That's right.
Leon Trotsky.
Yeah, he wasn't a good guy either.
No. Gary Cooper.
Oh, the pride of the
Wow.
Yankees.
Yeah.
George S. Patton. Wow. And probably the most famous one, Shemp Howard. Oh, you know what? Football coach Wade Wilson.
Oh yeah.
Wade Wilson. Wade Wilson or Wade Phillips?
Wade Wilson. He died when he was 60.
Wade Wilson. The ex-quarterback of
Yeah, he's a
the
quarterback.
Vikings?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Who's
Oh.
that old?
Yeah.
Is it one of your good old friends that died when they were 60, buried in the tomb of the pharaohs?
Wow.
I don't like to talk about him too often.
What about fame? Do you have famous 60-year-olds or no?
I didn't do anything.
No. Next week.
We'll do famous 69-year-olds.
What do you got for what do you got for a motto, Willie? You start us off.
Yeah,
Oh,
California
hold on
State
here.
Homes.
Let me find it here real quick. I got it. Let me find it.
While he's looking for it,
Here it is.
Go.
There it is.
Nothing better on radio than dead air.
Dead air. Here we go.
Still better than
he
seeing our
keeps
faces.
saying, "Here we go," though, and he doesn't have.
This is going to be when he turns 70. We're going to play this one.
I got it. Hey,
It's on this new
He was a young whippersnapper.
here we go.
Here we go.
California. It's long and it hangs to the left.
I love it. That's a great one.
We pay cash for youth.
Jeez. We grow America's nuts and fruits. I don't
Right?
California raisins. That's all you can afford if you pay our taxes.
Where kids go.
What?
Well, you don't ever see them again.
Oh, where kids go,
terrible.
where kids disappear, maybe. Yeah. Willie?
By 30, our women have more plastic than your Honda.
Oh, I had that.
Yeah,
one.
nice.
The state flower is a blonde.
Love it. Our sports teams leave here all the time. They do.
It's true.
Go ahead, Willie.
California, as seen on TV.
Nice.
We have LeBron, if that makes you want to come here.
No. No.
He said, "Come." We can't afford to live here.
Some of us still habla English.
English.
I got nothing else.
I'm done.
Enjoy pooping on our wonderful sidewalks.
San Fran.
I got
Land of needles and poop.
Serial killers work here. Did you see that show on Netflix yet?
Which one?
The serial kill. I don't know what it's called even. There's 6 serial killers working in LA at the same time in the 70s, in the late 70s, early 80s. 3 of them were groups, like pairs, or one was like 4 different guys were working together. Dude, it was crazy. They killed like hundreds.
Really?
Dude, it was a pretty good show. It was like one of those series you were just talking about, like 7 episodes or something.
Sounds
It was
creepy.
it's dark. I mean,
What's it called?
obviously. I don't know. I just said something with
called
serial
True
killers.
Story.
I just found one here. I'm not sure which person this is talking about, but I'm just going to say California. Our governor can inappropriately fondle your governor. What governor was that?
Anytime. I don't know. Schwarzenegger.
That's what I was going to say.
Oh, yeah, it might be.
I was
The
going to say.
Governor Nader.
California, where COVID doesn't exist, if your net worth is over $20 million.
Yeah, that's about true.
Oh.
I was going to say, yeah, we had governors Reagan and Schwarzenegger, if you believe us. Yeah.
Ronald Reagan, the actor.
I thought he was going to do get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
Anchor your ship off our beautiful coast and wait months for our longshoremen to empty it.
Oh my gosh.
California, we may not be here in a few years.
True.
Your weed came from here.
Yeah.
That's for you, Willie.
That's
for your glaucoma.
I think I used it a couple weeks ago, but I'll use it now. California, border schmorters.
California.
That was vaccine schmaxine for
Yeah,
Florida.
still
I guess.
works.
Or no, COVID schmovid. I said, yeah, I'm sorry.
California, where your 20-year-old Asian wife came from.
What?
Where do you come up with
Hopefully
this?
you could.
Well,
You're cut off.
Hopefully you could edit that.
Long story short.
Turn his mic off.
Mike Brady was our last masculine dad.
Oh.
That's all I got. That's all.
Okay. What else do we have here?
I can't believe we didn't have one sports one, out of all that.
How about what was it a few weeks ago? Remember the stadium? It's built.
Oh, now it's Bitcoin.
No. Well, no, but they have a stadium
Cyber.
for the Rams and the. I
SoFi?
think we talked about this.
SoFi.
SoFi, where they play. There was a storm, and it's not really covered. It's like it's just
It's a
like
canopy.
It's a canopy.
Hmm.
So they couldn't play the game. They had to stop the game.
Really?
It's like just a nice huge cover, and the stadium's underneath it.
It's open to air.
So it's not a legit
I see.
like
So it protects you from nothing.
It's
well,
a $4.5
rain and stuff.
billion stadium that
It's
can't protect
basically
you
one
from
of those
rain.
things you buy, put over your car in the garage,
Yeah.
or to have your own. What do they
Yeah.
call that? When you
The cover.
Yeah, it's a canopy.
there's a route. There's a like what's that? What name for those
A
things?
carport.
Carport. There you go.
Yeah, I see.
But they have it's just stadium built on their big carport.
You should see
For
my
$4.5 billion.
the first artist rendering was a Quonset hut.
The first rendering was a guy with an umbrella.
I see where you're
Not
going with
working.
it. You drew inspiration from
Go to
that.
the west a little bit.
Okay, so is that all we got tonight?
I hope so.
That was a lot of shit.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh,
5 hours.
MLB.
Yeah, the MLB. We forgot to talk about. You have the Hall of Fame people still.
Who cares?
Babe
Did
Ruth.
Shilling's
you have the
not
baseball Hall of Fame list with you last week? We forgot
Oh,
to
I
talk
did,
about?
but I don't have it.
Shilling's
Right,
not on there now, or he wanted himself off or something.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, some dad jokes
Hey,
if you want.
I have an idea though for next week if people want to get involved here, like stuff when we were kids. You remember, stuff we did or played or ate. Like there'd be like we had VCRs or something, stuff like that, or
Video disc.
What's
yeah,
that?
or anything.
8 tracks.
Laser disc.
Yeah, laser video disc. Yeah.
Or there were beepers, which kids wouldn't stuff that like Jace wouldn't even know. Like,
hold on.
I know what a beeper is.
okay,
Laser.
Yeah.
But stuff like that. So if you guys come up with some stuff, maybe throw, especially our fans, because they'll come up with
stuff that kids
Our fans plural?
stuff that kids don't stuff that we
just
had that
stuff
kids don't
when we
have
were
nowadays.
stuff when we were kids.
Stuff from
Different.
Stuff. Okay. Well, remind me about that.
Yeah,
And I think before Christmas, you should do as kids our favorite Christmas gift we ever got.
well, I don't even remember.
Really?
Well,
Atari.
Well, first year with Amber, she gave me a gift. It was pretty good.
My favorite time was the one time I didn't get a beating.
But I got coal.
Yeah.
I love the coal.
Did you guys have that football game that you turn it on and like?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
I didn't get that for Christmas
I
though.
did,
That was
I
like
did.
we got it from a junk pile at a rummage sale.
I got one. It was brand new and it came out.
Are you talking about the Xbox remote when you play Madden?
No. Was there another thing I was going to bring up that we?
Sorry.
Red Ryder. BB gun.
Did you get your BB gun for Christmas?
I couldn't even say Red Ryder. Red Ryder BB gun.
Yeah,
I'm sure I got it at one point.
Yeah, I did too.
I don't know. Well, we can talk about it later. It's a good one. Favorite Christmas gifts.
Yeah.
We can name 80s Christmas toys.
Yeah,
There we go.
that's where when
We'll do
we
that
were
for-
kids.
We'll do a snake draft. Let's do a snake draft.
Willie's
next
like
week.
son of a.
For me, it'd be 70s.
Yeah.
Willie's like, well, I
Ooh,
gotta
rock
my-
'em, sock 'em.
My favorite gift was Lincoln Logs.
Oh, I love Lincoln Logs.
A rock and a chisel.
My favorite.
A hoop and a stick.
My favorite was the encyclopedias.
Oh yeah.
I just watched a TV show and that was great. Or a movie. Oh, I watched a movie called 8-Bit Christmas. It was on Netflix also. It was like it was Doogie Howser was the dad. And
Dude,
he was
were you up like till 4 o'clock in the morning watching this crap?
He was explaining to his
Explain
daughter
me how Doogie became a dad first.
He's an actor.
Yeah.
So he was talking and he was like explaining how he got this Nintendo. His parents let him have one, how he got it. And it was kind of, then it went back to the 80s and it was more like a Christmas story, an odd Christmas story for like us.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool. It was kind of cool in a way.
It's
So
on Netflix, 8-bit.
Yeah, eight, or was it on something else? Look up 8-Bit Christmas, but Neil Patrick Harris is in it. If you find it, it's kind of a cool movie.
Is he on ecstasy when he?
No. That was awesome. So we might as well finish it up, I guess.
Well, you got some?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dad jokes. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Real quick.
Well, I have a dad joke that Logan wanted me to tell.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
What did Delaware?
What did Delaware?
A New Jersey.
Ah, I like it.
I told him he was cut off.
That's a good one.
That's
That's
good.
good.
Now go ahead.
My wife wanted to spice up our sex life, so she asked if we could play doctor tonight. Seemed like a weird idea, but I'm eager to please.
I still don't get it.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Did you guys get it?
Eager to please?
That was the joke.
it was a joke.
What are we? Wait, say what are we missing?
Yeah, what are we missing on that?
Next.
We eager?
Next, I'm eager to please. You get it?
No.
No. Okay.
I still don't get it.
Hey, a man walks into a magic forest and tries to cut down a talking tree.
He's eager to please.
Yeah, you can't cut me down. The tree complains. I'm a talking tree. The man responds, you may be a talking tree, but you will be a dialogue.
That's terrible.
Go back and tell the other story. Go tell it back, Georgia. Let me listen to it again. Let me.
Eager to please.
I lost it.
Oh.
So
I still don't get it.
Eager to please?
what happens when frogs park illegally? They get towed.
I like that one.
Holy cow, that was real.
Why was the
That's funny.
turkey accepted into the rock band? He had his own drumsticks. Some guy told me that at Fleet Farm the other day, and I was like, I'm going to go over there.
That's going on the show.
I did. I stopped and wrote it down.
Let's see.
and then
Hold
they
on.
call the cops on him.
Not to bring us up. I'm only down to Kevin by 5 points right now.
5.
And I've got
You got
Everett. I have Everett from the Seahawks, and I've got Gibson still.
Wow, and he was favored by like 89% or something to start today.
I'll get
There it is.
That's McKissick.
That's McKissick, though.
Oh.
How much time's left? 8 minutes. Everett, but he's got Tyler Lockett, so it's going to be a touch and go here at the end. Anyway. So another dad joke, anybody? I just was looking.
Willie's got one.
I always knock on the fridge door before opening it, just in case there's a salad dressing. Ping.
That's our second refrigerator joke, I believe.
Bing bong.
What's the best thing
Refrigerator
about
was
living in
overrated.
Switzerland? I don't know, but the flag is a plus, big plus.
Uh,
I got a pussy willow joke. That's my go-to.
I showed somebody the monkey balls video this weekend, and they just were rolling on the floor.
What?
Wow, why wouldn't you roll on the floor?
we should play that right now.
What is it?
No,
What is it?
it's a rough one. Never mind. None of your business.
Can
It's
I
grown-up
see it?
stuff. No.
I'm like almost 18.
Anyway,
Hey, what do you call a sad cup of coffee?
Slow Joe. Said
Depresso.
espresso.
Depresso.
Jeez.
When I die, I want to be cremated.
creamed.
Cremated.
That was his 45th birthday.
It's my last chance to have a smoking hot body.
Jeez. I forget what the joke was now.
Christ, that's good stuff. Any other jokes, guys?
One more.
During my calculus test, I had to set between identical twins. It was hard to differentiate between them. Easy for me to say.
No.
My doctor told me I was going deaf. The news was hard for me to hear.
Yeah. We've had a few of those ones right there.
Boom, boom. Hey, what has 5 toes and isn't your foot?
Aaron Rodgers.
My foot.
That was a joke.
Yeah. All right, I'm done.
All right.
Eric, can you give us
Thank
an
God,
update
right?
on how is Aaron Rodgers' toe immunization going?
I don't know.
Ask Joe Buck. He knows. Oh,
Yeah.
go. Nice run, fella.
I haven't heard from him.
We'll get 6 for me here. I'll jump for joy.
Who do you have? Gibson?
Yeah. Anyway, 1 through 99, real quick.
40.
40. Would you rather always get stuck in traffic or always have a really slow internet connection? That's a tough one.
Well, if I get stuck in, do I always have good internet?
I'll do the traffic. Yeah, well, yeah.
I'll take traffic.
So then
I'll do traffic.
Yeah, traffic.
Because I can look at my phone in traffic, and if I'm stuck.
With the internet.
I'm
If you
used
stopped.
to being stuck in
Now,
traffic.
if you're moving, if you're stopped, remember, don't use your phone when you drive. One more. 1 through 99.
62.
Perfect. I was looking at that. That's weird. I was looking right at that one.
Hmm?
Would you rather always use LOL speak in real life, even at funerals, or only communicate via a series of emojis that pop up over your head?
The emojis.
That would be
I'll take
sweet.
the emojis.
That would be emojis. 'Cause that would be
Pop
awesome.
emojis. That
Yeah,
would
that's-
be cool.
Mine would be horrible.
What are you looking
Eggplant.
at?
Eggplant.
Yeah, that's
What are you
gonna be the
looking at?
eggplant.
Peach.
Banana. Oh.
Oh my god.
Anyway. Okay, so anything else, guys? Anything else before you say what are your closing? We'll call them closing remarks tonight. Ed, any closing remarks?
Oh, I really don't have any today. I wasn't prepared for one.
Oh, okay. Eric, any closing thoughts, remarks?
The Wisconsin Badger basketball team won a tournament.
Oh yeah, they did. They beat.
Well, their big win was against.
They beat a pretty good team, St. Mary's.
It was St. Mary's was the finals, but they beat
St.
number
Mary's a good team,
12
too.
Houston. They beat
Houston.
Oh, Houston,
Yes, yeah, they beat
But
Houston.
St. Mary's is a
in
good
semis.
team too.
Yep.
Those are 2 good squads they beat. Yeah.
And they weren't predicted really to do anything. So
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
won.
that's-
Was it
it's
Maui
encouraging.
or Atlantis?
I think it was the
one?
Maui.
Maui.
Yep.
The Maui one played in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's where he
Yeah,
went.
so speaking about basketball, Carthage is playing a big game on Wednesday night here in town
Who they play?
against Wheaton,
Oh.
number 6 in the nation.
Will Wheaton from Stand By Me.
Not that jackass.
Oh, is that his name? Will Wheaton? Was that?
Will Wheaton, and he was in some other Star Trek. He was in Star
Yeah,
Trek.
yeah.
Next
What-
Generation. He was Wesley.
Was that you that sent the thing about Carthage scored 133 and didn't shoot a single 3-pointer?
Or was
They
it
didn't
0 for
make
3?
one.
They
0
didn't
for
make one,
3, and
okay.
I think they scored 138 if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken or something. It was,
Jeez.
but that was a weird team they played that only they were like running gun. They would run down and just shoot right
Oh, it's-
away.
Remember Carroll
Was it
College years
Grinnell?
ago? They did Grinnell.
It was like
Grinnell
that,
did that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Grinnell.
It was
they
the
just
same-
shoot threes. That's all they do.
Yeah, the other
They're
team took like 44
I think
threes
the girls
against
and
them.
the men and women
Analytics.
both at Grinnell do that. That's all they do is run and shoot, run and shoot, run and shoot, run and shoot,
Crazy.
run and shoot.
But Carthage, their
Loyola Marymount.
the way they countered that they would just throw it all the way down for layups every time.
oh, because they're beating them out
They're
of
getting
it.
the
Yeah, they just kept beating
Long
them back.
rebounds and throwing them out.
Yep,
Yep.
and then throwing it down.
Yeah, 'cause
and
as long as you rebound with 4, you can always have a breakout guy every time.
they had a guy with a triple double. They had somebody with like 40
They have
some
a pretty
points.
good kid from Indian Trail playing for him. Comes off the bench. I think he wears goggles.
Bernero. Anthony Bernero.
Bernero,
Yeah,
yeah.
he-
He's
very
a good
good.
ball player.
So
yeah.
if anybody's interested, we can go Wednesday night. Do a bench warmer road
I got a
trip.
bowl.
Actually,
I didn't ask you.
Indian Trail boys basketball has their home opener against Milwaukee Collegiate at 7:00. So I'll be
Hope
there.
it's better than
What
their
day?
home
Wednesday.
Hope it's better than their way opener a couple nights ago.
72-28.
28.
Yeah.
Who'd they play?
Number 9th ranked. team in Division 3.
Waukesha Catholic Memorial.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I've heard of them.
They
before,
had
so.
they had 9
Never heard of them?
players.
I've heard of them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're a metro
They're always a
metro
decent- they're always a
conference.
solid team.
9
Yeah.
players returning. They went to state last year.
Oh, they played St. Joe's then?
Yeah, back when I went to St. Catherine's, it was Catholic Memorial, St. Joe's, St. Catherine's,
Whoa.
Wisconsin
Sounds pretty
Lutheran,
hoity-toity to me.
Milwaukee Lutheran, Pius, and Marquette.
You played Daddy Warbucks team too.
Oh, and Dominican,
Jeez.
white folks Bay Dominican.
Must have been tough basketball season when you played the team with the one black guy.
Wow.
Jeez.
Oh,
What
Yeah.
the hell?
When he's Alex Antetokounmpo, I bet it was.
Kissik's down.
Oh, Jesus.
It doesn't matter now.
He is done.
Anyway, so let's Willie, it's your birthday. Any closing? It's your birthday yesterday.
Yesterday.
So you're 60 years old in one
60.
day.
Yes, I am now.
you're
Working
up.
on my way to
61.
61.
That comes after 60.
Hopefully, many more years.
Yep.
Yeah.
These last few that I've known you for, geez, I don't know. It's got to be going on 20 now.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been, They
think about the first time we played softball and we went to Flint's Inn, and
I was told not to get a ride home with you, and it seemed like a good idea. And Scott was giving me the, cut. No, don't go.
you got home. What time did you get home? Like 2 o'clock?
Yeah, it was really late on a work night.
No, it wasn't. It was Friday night.
No, it was not a Friday
no, it was
night.
a Friday. It was a Friday.
Friday
Was
night.
it?
Yeah,
it
it
was
Friday
Friday
night
after
softball.
Oh, then it wasn't.
You
that
might have
bad.
worked the next day though. You could.
Yeah, I might have been working.
Might have been painting something.
Oh my God, we ended up at like 4
Sunnyside,
bars and
yeah.
a sunny side, and it was just us and a bunch of college girls and Shanker
And Juga and
Juga
Blade.
and Shanker
And Blade?
No, it's just Juga and Shanker.
No, Blade wasn't there. Surprising. It's Friday night.
Oh, it was a long night. It was the first time I ever met Willie, and I got in a car with him and went to multiple other
At
bars.
least he kept taking you places after though.
Right. Didn't leave you.
Did you get home? Did he take
He
you
took
home?
me home.
You know, I do gotta say something.
really changed.
So Jace went and picked us up burritos yesterday at Sunnyside, and I have to talk to the management who makes those things, because they don't grill them on the grill anymore.
What?
It just came out the outside was just not like grill them like
Just be nice and crispy.
Mine wasn't.
Well, maybe just because SWAT doesn't like you.
I'm gonna have
He's
some
not the
words.
management though.
I'm gonna have some words with him.
Mine
He
was.
usually makes you went for a breakfast burrito.
Yeah, Jace picked them up.
Oh, thanks for calling. Well, I could have got one, sausage and pepperoni and
chorizo,
and they're good.
Oh, they have chorizo too, don't they?
Yeah.
I would have done sausage and chorizo. I forgot.
I'll be there next Sunday. You won't be though.
Why won't I be?
We're going to be at
you'll be in?
we're going to
Bear
the
game, yeah.
Bears game.
You can make breakfast
There you
burritos.
go.
We'll do burritos at the game.
Yeah.
at that.
There you go.
Breakfast burritos.
And you'll grill them.
We got to bring eggs and stuff. Then
I'll pre-make everything.
that's what I'm saying.
Make it all warmed up, and I'll make the vegetables and everything, warm them up, and then put them in there.
Oh, I've got
Wrap
hog
'em.
sausage.
You guys are you going?
I don't know. 24 hours.
Okay. Well, I'll bring onions and green peppers mixed, or just onions and green peppers.
I'll bring-
separately.
I'll
Depends
bring
who really
some
comes. And you don't like mushrooms either. You like green peppers?
Yeah.
Okay.
hog
Ooh,
sausage.
this ain't good. Bring a stretcher for somebody. Anyway,
That's
hog
that's
sausage.
that's
nice.
Gibson.
McKissick.
No,
Not Gibson.
Is it Gibson? I thought it was
Gibson.
McKissick.
No, Gibson.
McKissick.
Gibson walks
McKissick.
off. This is a lineman, I think.
No.
No, it's a little guy.
He
Oh,
hit
Gibson.
the
Oh no,
guy's
that is
41.
that's McKissick. Yeah,
McKissick.
41.
Gibson was walking off the field. Anyway,
No.
so let's closing thoughts are done. So yeah, thanks guys. Everybody had a great Thanksgiving. That's awesome. Next week we'll start up our cocktail of the week. And who wants to go first?
I don't like the
cocktail
way
of the
you
week.
say that.
Let me make one.
No.
Why?
You don't get to go
We
first.
only
I
have
don't-
4 weeks.
I don't really care either way.
I can do it.
Willie starts
Yeah,
off.
if you have one in your mind
It's
already,
got to
I
be a
don't.
Christmas cocktail.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
try
something with a
to be a
theme.
holiday. Kinda
Okay.
Festive.
Festive.
Yeah, well, it doesn't have to be, but
Yes, it has to be. That's the rule.
Yeah, either that or I'm bringing Malort.
mine
Malort
was,
cocktail.
Christmas cocktail.
That'll be the chaser.
mine's gonna be vodka with cranberry 7-Up.
Oh, that's Christmassy.
That
A
sounds
lot of
good.
times they'll
With
do
a-
like a pink squirrel.
That
Or
sounds
isn't that
good.
With
Christmas?
pumpkin pie slice on the side.
little garnish.
Yeah. Okay, so once again, guys, we are the Basement Benchwarmers podcast. Thanks, guys. Eric, Ed, Willie, and Jace for sitting in with us tonight. You guys have a good week, and we happy birthday once again, Willie.
Thank you. Thank you.
And everybody take care. Have a great week.
I hate goodbyes.
Sorry, folks. Park's closed.
What happened? I blacked out.
Because we did something today that no one thought we could do, including us. So we're going out, we're celebrating, and we're going to rub it in this city's face.
I swear I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but that was awesome.
Bye, Felicia.
Kids, there's Big Ben and there's Parliament.
I'd give them more buys and highs.
Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end.